that at first come too late or not
All right,
really to an agreed meeting.
Okay. I think I've got it up and working. Hello there, Gun Potato. Thank you for donating a bit. So have a penny. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
that was fast.
I'll try. Yeah, no, that's his like skit lately is like jumping in and giving me a penny at the start of stream. I'll try not to spend it all in one place.
I didn't know you were streaming already.
Yeah, no, I thought I said it. I thought I said I was like getting the stream started. Sorry. Okay, can you speak for? Oh, okay. It seems like it's actually picking up. I thought OBS was being stupid again and not picking up sound. But anyways, how does everything look to everyone? Do you see my hands? Do you see me gripping and grabbing? You're not seeing anything that would identify me and dox
quality,
me?
I'd say.
Come on, listen. This is
the quality is really bad.
This is the highest quality camera I've got.
But thank you,
okay?
Gun Potato.
So mean.
The camera from last century, it really looked like, and I thought my quality was bad. Maybe you could work on your lighting. But I'm glad that you are an ethereal being with your gnawing arm there.
It's my. Oh my. Okay, yeah. So that is the. Okay, that's the lighting issue. I'm realizing. So I need to have my like. He just donated 5 pennies because I got Mickey Mouse looking hands here for the camera fund. Yeah, guys, this is to fund me getting a new camera. Anyways, Yana is joining me today because people, including Yana, have been asking me to do like a stream showing off my gun collection. So we're doing that today. First, I'm gonna see if I can open up a can of soda while I have gloves on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Delicious Pepsi. I'll set my light here for when we gotta light shit up even more. But apparently, am I gonna have to give me a second to like pull up my camera controls on OBS. Configure video. Okay, one of these.
I'm just here eating my spaghetti.
Do not auto. Oh shit! Okay, exposure needs to be set to auto, I guess. Holy shit.
But you're off the deck.
Okay. Anyways, we gotta. Gun Potato, did you bring spaghetti for the rest of us? Yeah, that's a good question, Yana. Did you bring spaghetti for the whole class?
I have to admit, I made it too much. And yes, I brought actually spaghetti for the whole class.
Hey there, Kira. Good to see you.
I hate to admit it, but yeah.
Also, I was trying to say earlier, the reason I'm in PNG form right now is because the camera I'm using for my desk cam is my motion capture camera. So.
Hey, Akira.
Anyways, yeah, do you think we should? I should probably start showing off guns since that's the point of this stream. But we also have some questions. Nyana pointed out that we don't have many questions, and honestly,
yeah, I think let's do the guns together first, and then the questions. And you can also ask questions. If it fits, you can ask the questions why he shows guns, and if it doesn't fit, you can ask at the end. Or if you have to go, you can ask doing it, I'd say.
Nyana just dictating the rules. She's just saying, if you don't have a question that's relevant, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you're a very bossy co-host. But hey, we love you for it. I guess
someone has to take the lead.
Nyana confirmed Dom. Give me a second to set my headset down so I can grab the first gun.
Oh, speaking of Dom, what is your opinion on the Domino situation? Have you heard me? Oh, fucking... Oh, he uses a wired headphone. What a fucking peasant. What a fucking peasant. Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. What the extra fuck?
Okay, now I'm back.
I'm so sorry. I will never rage bait you again. You are a peasant. You're using a wired headphone. Wow.
I like wired. Wow. I like wires. Okay, I don't like having to deal with batteries. Gosh, woman.
Yeah, you just put it onto a VOD cable, and then I said something, but I forgot it.
Guys, what did Yana say while I was gone?
What did I say? Yeah,
also, hi there, Callie. Good to see you.
What did I say after?
5 cents for new
Hey, Callie.
Anyways, so I figured I'd show off this first because this was my first.
Oh no, boys!
What's up?
I wanted to do a little intro talk. What do you think about the Domino's situation?
What, Domino? Yeah, you mean like him completing Dark Souls 2? And then 100%ing it?
What's your opinion on this situation?
Good. I don't have I don't have to deal with like playing Dark Souls 2 myself anymore. And it means now Lee has to play Elden Ring with us.
With us, I don't know, but with me, definitely.
Why are you trying to like cut me out of this, huh? What's with this now? I suffered in Dark Souls 2. What do you mean I don't get to play Elden Ring with Lee? But also someone's gonna have to buy me Elden Ring.
You are a masochist because you said that Dark Souls 2 is your comfort game, so you don't count.
Anyways, I got this. Okay, I set my hand down a little bit too hard. I heard my desk shake. Oh, hey, Kira's on a 35 stream streak. Nice. Good to have you.
Oh, thank you, Kira.
Thank you. Anyways, I got this out first because this was my first everyday carry gun. This is a Nagant Model 1895 revolver. This one in particular was built in, let me double check, 1941 in the Soviet Union. Let's see if we can get a good angle on that. Is that showing up good for you folks? Yeah, there you go, 1941. I don't know which factory the star is from, so I don't know which factory made it, but still, I need to keep it on. I'm doing the thing Yana does, where she like, where I'm like, yeah guys, I'm showing you the gun right now. I have it up by my chest. You guys can't see it. I have to put it down here for you guys to see it. It's aggravating me. Anyways, this is a pretty old gun. This is one of the oldest guns. You EDC'd into... Sorry, I thought I just heard a weird sound. I thought I heard a red alert on my phone. Did something... Oh, wait, there's a plane going overhead outside. I have my window open to try and get it cooled down in here, so I'm gonna be hearing shit out there. Anyways, Gunpotato, you EDC'd in a Gaunt revolver. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Clearly, I'm a dysfunctional person, and that's going to become even more evident as I show off more of these guns. Callie, Badger's leg reveal.
What is EDC?
Give me a second. Hold on. Here you go. Here you guys go. Foot reveal. In socks, at least. Anyways, so EDC is everyday carry. So that's the idea of, like, this is the thing that you carry all the time. This was my everyday carry because, like, at the time, this was the gun that I just, like, I bought this gun in an online auction. I didn't have another, like, handgun at the time. And I bought a bunch of ammunition for it, as you can see right here. I have another spam can of this. I'm trying to think of how much ammo I've actually fired through this thing. It's in good shape. It's just a little worn down. And what I figure happened with it, basically, so around the... God, I'm trying to, like, get my thoughts straight to, like, go over what I need to actually be saying. Okay, so, like, in the time of the Soviet Union, this one was made in Go ahead.
When have you first fired it, and when last time?
I can't remember either of those. It's been a while since I've shot it, just because, like, I can't find more ammo for it, so I'm trying to, like, maintain what I currently have. I think the last time I shot it, I was shooting at a groundhog that was on my property. That was maybe a couple years ago. I don't know. I think it was a year ago. Yeah. Castle Doctrine, baby.
Was he trying to steal a passage?
No, he was attacking my cats.
Was he trying to steal a package? Oh, that's even worse. He does that. Yeah. Did you kill it?
No, I didn't kill it with this. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm trying to talk autistically about the history of this gun. So it's a model 1895. That is just, indicating that this was designed in 1895. It went into production and service in 1896 with the Russian Imperial Army. So they're the guys that contracted this thing's design. By that time, this is already an out of date gun. But it was a very cheap and easy gun to manufacture. So that's what they wanted. Callie, he's just storing the ammo.
It looks like it was used in the Wild West.
It is. So
during the Civil War.
It was designed by two Belgian guys, the Nagant brothers. And it follows a lot of their typical designs from that period. They made a lot of guns for European countries. I don't have any of their other firearms, but I do have other revolvers, and we'll get to those. So basically, you got a loading gate for. I'm trying to. So yeah, you load each round individually. You put a round in, you swing it around, and you load in the other ones. I'm gonna just drop this one out. I gotta swing it back around to get the round back out. There we go. It holds 7 rounds, so it is a bit of an oddball in terms of revolvers. Also, this is what the ammo packets look like. This is, oopsie. This ammo packet was made in 1980. So the bullets, the cartridges are from 1980. And also, some people wonder, oh, you're using empty casings, of course, because you don't want them to go off. No, these are loaded. This is what some of my friends have called an uncircumcised cartridge, because the bullet is recessed down into the casing. Purpose of that is because when the gun is operating, we pull the hammer back, and that pushes the cylinder forward. Or, I guess, the cylinder goes forward when we, I think, pull the trigger. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle stuff while showing it on camera. Okay, yeah. So, we pull the hammer back, it pushes the cylinder forward while also rotating into place. And when what that does is it pushes the casing forward. So it ends up in this forcing cone in the barrel. So then you have a gas seal on a revolver. Revolvers tend to not have gas seals. Also, excuse me. This is a double action and single action revolver. So we can, pull the hammer to fire it, or we can pull the trigger, which is very heavy, by the way, and that pulls the hammer on its own, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through because that's bad for the hammer. It's also fairly simple to disassemble a field strip at least, even with gloves on. Whoopsie. And that's it. That's the field stripping process. Excuse me. Anyways, I'm gonna get this put back together. So, like I was saying, this was developed in 1895, went in production in 1896. The Imperial Army used it through World War I. After it was used in the Russian Revolution, and after the Russian Revolution, the Soviets kept using it. In 1933, they developed the replacement for the gun, the Tokarev pistol, and it didn't replace the gun because this stayed in production up until 1945. They kept it in production during World War II because they just needed more handguns. With the closing of World War II, they stopped manufacturing this, but it was kept in use, and so they just kept making more ammo for it. And what I think happened with this gun was it was probably some desk clerk's gun, and it was probably a police gun after World War II, and it was probably a target gun. It was, for training people on how to use handguns. So what probably happened was, during the post-war period in the Soviet Union, you basically have a police station would get their new pistol, the Tokarev, with a box of ammo, and then they'd get a crate of these pistols with a whole pallet of ammo. So you'd have dozens of these and thousands of rounds of ammunition. So you want your police officers to know how to shoot a gun, you have them take this thing to the range. And this actually was not... Okay. So current events kind of fucked stuff up a little bit. This was retired in 2003. This gun was being used in Russia all the way up until 2003. And then with the kickoff of the Ukrainian war, both sides started using this again. So it's
understandable.
It is a little workout. This is a little workhorse. Okay, she is been through everything, and she keeps running. I actually call this one Babushka.
How many people has this gun killed?
Before I owned it, I don't know. After
you ordered?
No, let's not get into that kind of thing. Anyways, I will put this away and get out my next gun. Give me a hot second.
But you ask the people if they have questions? Hallo? Ey, du Bastard, komm zurück. Hey, he just got up. He just stood up. I'm fucking pissed off. The fucking prick.
So, what was Nyana saying while I was going? How was she slandering me? What's up? What?
I was just asking. I was telling you to fucking wait and ask the people if they have questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And not just stand up with a gun and just walk away, but you keep here because of your stupid wire headphones.
I'm sorry. Does anyone want me to go and get the Nagant revolver back? Anyone have questions about it that they'd like to ask? Should we check on the question? Should we check the question sheet now, or should we start on that like after the?
How many times have you fired this? Or how many times?
Oh, yeah, the Nagant revolver. Yeah, I forgot. I was talking about that earlier. I don't know the exact number of times I've shot it, but I do know that for the ammo I got of it, I got 2 spam cans that each had 1,092 rounds in them. One is still unopened. One I've shot most of the way through, but I don't know how many rounds of that I have at the moment. So, probably something like 700 rounds through the Nagant revolver. Not all that was me shooting it, because I also, took it to my mom's place and let her shoot it some. She likes it, because it's just a very, small and handy revolver, even if it is a bit of a heavy, hammer-drawn stuff.
Didn't look that small to me, I have to admit.
It's a pretty small... You will... I'll bring it back later to, actually, give me a hot second.
Yeah, people, I'm...
Okay, this isn't...
I let him be a gun autist, but he also needs to answer questions.
This isn't a great comparison, but here's the 2 guns... Okay, so this is my current carry gun. I'll get into more of it later, but this is the 2 guns, next to each other. You see that they are roughly the same size, but these are both full-size guns, but because of the way they're designed, they're both very, narrow-bodied, you see? This is a very svelte handgun. Very narrow, very good for concealment, even though it is a full-size handgun.
Oh, yeah, that's very narrow. I like the purple grip.
So something about revolvers that just makes them easier to conceal is you see how it's all curves. That makes it blend into, the silhouette of your body better. Now, this is hard angle, so it doesn't blend in so well. You have to find ways to hide it. But also... This is, depending on what you're wearing, this is a pocket gun, because Stalin carried one of these in his pocket for most of his life. Well, most of his, career, that is.
Understandable with his paranoia.
Anyways, I'm just gonna move this back out of the way quick, and I'll be back to explain this one.
There he goes again.
Alrighty. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Alright, so... Just as the Russians upgrade from the Nagant to the Tokarev, I did the same thing. This is a Model 57A Serbian Tokarev, made by Zastava. unloaded.
When was it made?
This one, it does not have a date stamp because this was made sometime this century. So this is not a military surplus. The Nagant revolver, that was military surplus and police surplus too, I suppose. This is a factory new gun that I bought. Entirely because I want to shoot 7.62 by 25 millimeter Nagant. The other gun, the Nagant, that was 7.62 by 38 millimeter. This is the same bore diameter because the Soviets just wanted to use the same tooling. So, can we... Okay, that is not a... There we go. Probably can't see that very well.
I have to admit, the design of the gun, I think I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, it probably...
And I think it was in footage from certain series of wars that were, very Serbian, so to say.
That was just waving at me. Anyways, so the 7.6, so this is a bottleneck cartridge. The casing gets narrower as it gets to the bullet suddenly. This is a very high velocity round. Like the Soviets said, well, hey, we want the same bore diameter, but we want it to have a lot of energy. So go for a small bullet and put a hell of a lot of powder behind it. This was used for submachine guns and stuff too. But I'm trying to. Oh god, sorry. It's a little difficult to reload this with gloves on. There we go.
Are there militaries out there that use this gun?
I don't know. Okay, so, outside the Ukraine war and some, Middle Eastern places, I can't think of any militaries that still officially field the Tokarev. I do know, according to Zastava at least, the Serbian gun company, they say that some Serbian police still do carry Tokarevs, particularly newly manufactured ones. But Zastava doesn't manufacture these anymore. I got one of the last ones. And I think China.
Oh, you're lucky.
China is still making Tokarevs. But yeah, so basically, so I mentioned that in 1933, the Soviets made the Tokarev pistol. This one was developed so the original of this was developed in 1957. That's when Yugoslavia was part of the Soviet Union. They said, okay, we need a handgun, and this is what the Soviets want us to build. Okay, that's... So ping, but it's not an important one. Let me just get back around to stuff. Here we go.
The fact with the China reminds me of one scene in one of the Dark Knight movies where they try to shoot a Dent.
Oh yeah.
And then the gun didn't fire. Yeah. And then he said you should have bought American. I mean, this is the vibe when I hear that this Serbian gun is produced in China at the moment.
Not so the Chinese are making the Russian variant of this. This is the Serbian variant. Well, Yugoslavian variant. It's a whole thing. I'm trying to remember where I was leaving off. Sorry. I'm just gonna disassemble this right now because I can't think. Okay, so there's a little thing here we gotta push out of the way first. We don't want to pull the hammer back because that'll make this a little bit easier to handle. Gets the weight off the slide. We pull that out. That is the lever for holding the slide open and stuff. And it's also the pin for holding the top of the slide in. That's our hammer assembly. This is just frame of the gun. Nothing else going on down here now. Take out the op spring, which is a little bit finicky with gloves on. Come on. Oh my gosh! Do I have a screwdriver here? I don't see my screwdriver. Shit. Give me a hot second. Why
are you wearing gloves again?
So that people don't see my hands and be weird about it. Come on!
I don't think they will see much of the hands.
Yeah, because I keep pulling my hands back. Come on. Hey, there we go. Alright, got it.
On the camera quality.
Alright, so this gun's got a little bit of a funny, way to take it apart. But it is ultimately fairly simple. There we go. Disassembly. There we go. Badgers and wants to see his unwashed hands. My hands are washed, motherfucker. You're washed. Oh. Ah, crap. My nose is full of gun oil now. I forgot that I had this thing all oiled up. I'm gonna get this. Prove it. I'm not taking my gloves off. Okay, this is Gun Potato trying to get me to take my gloves off so that he can look lustfully at my hands.
Accuse your enemy of which you are guilty, as the quote goes from a certain person. You both have unwashed hands, judging by this quote.
Alright, got that put back in.
I'm sorry, but wash your hands, both of you.
I do wash my hands.
Why should we be weird about your hands?
Lofi,
I'm
hello.
also showing my hands, despite I didn't want to do it.
Hello there, Lofi. Nice gloves. There's the male version too. These are unisex gloves. Come on.
Hey, Lofi, how are you doing?
Yeah, come on. It's not one to... It's a little finicky. There we go. Back in. Just gotta get the slide back on. There we go. Everything's back together. Oh yeah, so this is a single action... Oh yeah, so mechanically this is a single action only. So if I pull the trigger or the hammer's forward, nothing happens. I have to pull the hammer back, and then it goes. And each time the slide operates, the hammer's back again, so you can fire again, and that's how the somehow works. This doesn't really have... This has a safety. The safety was not part of the original gun. The original design had no safeties. It was, don't pull the trigger, you fucking dumbass. Or put the hammer back slowly, like this.
Very, very Balkan.
Very, very Slavic. This, once again, we can also do, you know, the hammer decock. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Or we can lower this safety lever here. The safety lever does not do anything to the hammer. It doesn't decock it or anything. It just leaves it alone. All this safety does is it just locks the firing pin, and it disconnects the trigger. So I can't fire the gun like that. And, yeah, I am just going to... Oh, yeah, the grip, also not part of the original gun, of course. This was... I just saw it at the gun store for $5. Figured, hey, this might fit my Tokarev. And, you know, it fits my Tokarev, so... Yeah. Anyone have any questions they'd like to ask?
How often have you fired this gun? Oh, and do you still find ammo for this gun?
So you can still find ammo for this gun. I've mostly shot some Milsurp stuff through it. That's from the 80s. Milsurp is military surplus, for those who are unfamiliar. They do still make ammo for this. It's a little pricey, but they do still make modern manufactured ammo for this. And I have some of that, and I usually, like, have, like... I think I have it yeah, I know. This, yeah, what I've got loaded right now is the, like, modern manufactured stuff. And this is what I carry for, like, you know, my self-defense, everyday carry stuff. Also, I usually carry this in a shoulder holster, so it's usually sitting under my armpit. Whatever that matters.
Okay, that makes it easier for any attacker of us to know where it is. Thank you.
I've also got, you know, a couple... This gun is so fucking annoying, okay? Something very annoying with it is just how, like, sensitive the magazine release is. Because, you know, you press it and the magazine pops out. And a problem I was having for a long time, this one snags a little bit on the, like, withdraw and on the insertion, but the other ones pop free pretty easily. Anyways, the problem I was having for a long time was I would put this in a holster... And this button right here, the release, would line up with the belt pressing through the holster, and so it would just pop out while it was in the holster. And I spent like $100 on different holsters trying to find one that works. What ended up happening was, you know, that shoulder holster works, but then I also found a belt holster that I already owned. It was something my dad got me years ago. That works perfectly with this thing. And then I also found... It's not really a holster, it's just like a little leather slip you put on your belt, and then you can loop this into the slip. I'll have to show that off somehow. I don't really know how I can show that off very well. But anyways, yeah. This gun caused me a lot of fucking frustrations. It was not mechanically sound when I got it. I had to do so much work with this thing. Also, I had to custom fit all the magazines, which is also annoying. Anyways, enough rambling out of me. Does anyone have any other questions, or should I go get the next one?
Why is the head purple?
Because that's just what the grip is. Like, it was a $5 grip at my local gun store. There's nothing else to it. Thank you, Kira, for redeeming a stretch.
Oh, thank you, Kira, for the stretch. Less Kira. And let's stretch.
Sorry, I'm not, like, climbing around and doing that full cat stretch. Ugh. I stretched around Lee the other day, and he, like, no, was it Lee or someone? No, oh god, I remember I was in a call with someone the other day, and I stretched, and they're like, "Are you okay over there?" All right, it was my friend Plague. Now I remember. So yeah, if no one has any other questions, I will go get the next one. Give me a hot second.
And please, chat, ask questions, then.
I want you all to know I'm sweating like a motherfucker under all this. Gun potato, and he's gone. What?
Oh, no. Show me.
Okay, so this is a Hungarian FEG APK, and it's got a bit of a story behind it, just like the others. Gun potato, but Yana, I already own all these. Alright, let me get this. Alright, so so this is one I bought from a gun dealer called Mocha's Raifus. Kira, what's your favorite gun? I really don't know if I could answer that right now. I will say this is the gun I'm most often grabbing for my everyday carry, just because I can just drop this in my pocket and go about my day. This is a very compact gun. Let me grab the previous one just to show the size difference.
And yeah, that is pretty compact.
So here's our full-size gun, and here's our compact. Oh my gosh, sorry I'm burping so much.
You versus the gun she told you not to worry about.
Yeah, so like this, basically, it's like this is when I want something small I can just drop in my pocket, go on my day, or if I really need to be concealing something, this is what I usually carry, just because, like, if I need to give someone the business, they're getting the business. Anyways, I'm just moving this aside. So, I've got... It was difficult to get magazines for this, particularly because this was, like, mislabeled. So, let me go through the history real quick. So, this gun, the history of this gun predates the gun. We start with the company Walther, German gun company. They made a gun called the PP, I believe it was, the police pistol, because that's how they were marketing it. It did see some military service, but that's not the important thing right now. A variant they made of it was the PPK. Some people mistaken the K as saying for Kurtz, as in, you know, the German word for short. It actually stood for criminal, because it was meant for... I can't remember what division of the German police it was meant for, but part of their name was criminal, and it was basically meant for undercover cops. So it was a very
Probably
small...
the criminal police.
Yeah.
Kriminalpolizei.
Yeah, the guys who, like, go undercover. It was meant to be a pistol that was very, compact, easy to hide. The Hungarians, after World War II, the Hungarians were part of the Soviet bloc. And what they were told, hey, you guys need to make a gun that is in line with what we're making. The Soviets were making the Makarov at the time, and the Hungarians said, well, instead of making the Makarov, we're gonna make a clone of what the Germans made. And so the Hungarian company FEG made I think it's the PA-63, which is also called the AP-9. That was just a direct clone of the PP. And then later on, they made the APK, this gun. This is a clone of the PPK. I don't know what APK stands for. I couldn't tell you. Maybe automatic pistol criminal, but the Hungarians use different fucking letters and everything, so I don't know. Point is, This is a former police gun. It was used by Hungarian police officers as a, like very small, easy to hide handgun. And then it got retired, sent over here, and that's when I bought it. It came with this 6-round magazine, which you put it in, and it fits pretty flush with the gun. I couldn't find any more of these. What I had to do is I had to take the larger model. Its magazines stick out a little, but they are compatible. They do function. It's just a little finicky. And it sticks out some. But that does actually give me a bit more grip on this. But
as long as it works.
Yeah, if I need to put it in my pocket, I usually open with, the 6-round mag and run it on that. I'm going to just get that unloaded again. I'm going to make sure it's clear. I can't get this to... Well, I can get this to stick open. Just give me a bit. This stays open on an empty mag. So, when you need to load in the next one, you just load it in, pull the slide back, and it's good to go. But there's no mag in here right now, so, I didn't just load this. Kira, I actually like the RSH-12. That is a 12.7 millimeter, hand cannon revolver. That I cannot carry around very easily. So anyways, this
hand
is...
Hand cannon?
Yes, we'll get to that in a second. I don't have one, unfortunately. But, so basically, what the this is the Russian Federation. I'll explain the RSH-12. So, Russian Federation, they said, hey, we need a big anti-armor round that is subsonic, and we need to use it in, populated areas. Some company made the Ash-12. It's a rifle that fires a giant fucking 12.7 millimeter round. And they put a suppressor on that, and they're like, wow, that's great. And then someone else came along and said, hey, what if I made a handgun chambered in this? So they made the RSH-12 revolver. I'm trying to think of how to actually properly describe the size of the 12.7 millimeter. It's about the size of this Pepsi can. A little bit narrower, and a little taller, but still. Imagine having to load one of these into a gun. Anyways.
Wow.
Right, so I really, really like this gun. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite, but I really, really like this one. Because this has... Gunpowder, that's not close. Well, I don't have a fucking 12.7 millimeter round to show off, jackass, so... Anyways. This gun is double action, single action, kind of like the Nagant revolver. So, when the gun, when the slide operates, the hammer comes back, and you can shoot it from there. But let's say, let's say you got your hammer back, and you don't want to shoot it or anything, and you don't want to mess around with trying to manually decock it. The safety acts as a decocker, so you just flick it down, and it decocks the gun for you, and then you can flick it back up. And it's ready again because it's double action. So, what you can do is you can load around the chamber, you can decock the gun, and then you can, leave it on safety, and then flick it off safety, and just pull through the double action when you need it. If anyone has any questions or anything, they can field them while I reload this magazine, which is going to be a fucking time while I'm wearing gloves. I am debating taking the gloves off just because this is getting so fucking aggravating.
Take the gloves off. Take the gloves off. Take them off. Take them off.
Oh my gosh,
Take them off.
Gosh, Yana, you want to see my hands so eagerly. All right.
Everyone wants to see your hands. They can't be that bad.
There we go.
Okay, and what's now so bad about your hands? These are fucking normal hands.
I don't like people seeing my hands. My eyes! Says Gun Potato. My hands are almost as white as my gloves. Oh, come on. Just a little bit finicky. There we go. I don't like people seeing my hands. Also, I'm wearing my glasses right. I meant to mention it earlier just as an offhand thing. Gunpei, finally someone who might be paler than me. Yeah, no, I got very pale skin, okay? I don't like going outside.
I think that's just lighting.
Actually, yeah, I was going to show off my underarm, but I don't want to show off my arm hair, so... anyways, yeah, if no one has anything to ask about this, I will go get the next thing.
How many shots have you fired with this one? And when was the first time and when the last time you shot it?
I took this out, it was I want to say a few weeks ago, I took it out shooting, was the last time I got out with it. And the first time, I can't remember, but I shot it pretty soon after the first time I got it, because, I was testing it out and everything. I meant to actually talk, thank you for reminding me, Jan, I meant to talk about the cartridge this is loaded in. So, the German PPs, they were chambered in 32 auto. That's a very small, mouse round. It's enough to kill someone. I wouldn't trust it to do it reliably. This one is 380. Also, it's
so 2 shots are better than 1.
This is 380. That's also 9mm short, as it's sometimes called. It's basically it's basically the little cousin to 9mm Luger. So 9x19. This is 9x17. I've heard 380 referred to as the biggest little cartridge, because it's basically the largest cartridge you can get into a very small package without making things very complex. You can find, there's one 45 auto I know of that's in this size range, but has a very odd, manually operated system. So, if you don't want to play fuck games with that, you're going for a blowback gun chambered in 380. That's also something else I forgot to mention. I forgot to disassemble this. Thank you. Gosh, Nyana, you're actually helping me remember shit. Okay, so we just gotta... Oopsie.
That's what I'm here for.
Yep. Oh, come on.
Dementia badger.
Oh, shit, I forgot. I had this loaded. Oh, boy. Ooh. I got a little excited. Alright, there we go. Haha, whoopsie. Whoopsie, I had the gun loaded without remembering. Whoopsie. Good thing I didn't fucking pop that into my monitor.
Stream fatality.
Anyways, this is how the gun is built. With this, I'm not going to disassemble it again, but you guys saw that the barrel is a separate piece. The barrel is built into the frame to give it more stability. This is a blowback operation, so basically every time the gun fires, the force of the round discharging pushes the slide back and operates it. This is also blowback, but it's a delayed blowback system. I can't remember the mechanics behind it, but it's a different thing. Kira, I don't know much about weapons, but so far it's a very entertaining stream. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you're entertained. Gun Potato, anyone want to start a pool on whether Badger makes it to the end without NDing?
Are you not entertained?
I am not going to negligent discharge on my stream. Alright, you motherfucker, don't you fucking accuse me of negligent discharge! Anyways, so this gives you very, this is a complete... I don't know why people switched away from stationary barrels, okay? There's all the talk about, oh, well, a tilting barrel is, it's more reliable, it works great. Just make the barrel not fucking move, okay? That's fewer moving parts, okay? It works fine. It works great. That's just something that
I love this impression of the average American that Badger does.
Come on. Hey, there we go, back on.
Makes me think he talks like this every day.
Oops, I was on the wrong magazine. But yeah, like I was saying, so 380 is about as big as you can get while keeping to a conventional, simple blowback system, so you can keep it cheap and simple. We'll get into a different blowback I have in a second. Gunpito, please don't assume we're all like him. He's an outlier. Yeah, please don't assume I'm like other Americans. They're beneath me. There's something else I was saying. I can't remember it now. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I need to say about this. So, Nyana, do you have any other ways of, randomly bringing information to my mind, or should I switch to the next gun?
Have you forgotten anything? Is your next gun loaded also?
It depends on which one I pick, but I don't think so. I will go fetch the next gun. Oh, wait, you're yelling? Oh, okay, you're just gasping.
Oh, this Badger person.
Oh, give me a second, folks. I gotta pop my back. Ugh. Oh, my back. Oh, shit. Ow, that hurts.
Yeah. Badger! Fuck you. First.
Sorry about
and
that.
secondly,
Sorry.
Badger.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry
Badger.
about burping right into the mic.
Badger, why do you even have the max loaded with live rounds?
In case
most I thought they were dummy rounds, but this is a new level of stupid, says Zian.
Oh yeah, I know. I just noticed his. I keep them loaded in case I need them. Okay. All right. Anyways, so I brought back the old guns because I need to show off how big this one is. This is my biggest like semi-auto handgun, and it is a fucking big one. This is. It's empty. This is the 45 auto high point. And she is a chunker, alright? Like, I'm just stacking the Tokarev on top.
That's definitely a chunker.
It is heavy, okay? The slide on its own weighs 2 pounds. I think, for the communists, that's about a kilogram, I think. So I want people to understand. The chamber and barrel on this thing, you know, very high quality tempered steel. The slide, this thing that moves around, this is pot metal. And everything else is plastic. This, Gumpio, yeah, this is tempting Murphy. Zine, at least not low for the stream. I understand and by during every day. I was about to, like, you know, try and make an excuse, Zine, but no, you're right. I did almost desk pop my fucking monitor just a little bit ago. Well, anyways. So, this is the high point. This is the first handgun that my dad gave me. Back when I was a teenager. I can't remember how old I was, but like basically my dad bought 2 of these, one for himself, one for me, and he bought a pallet of 45 auto, and we're still working through that pallet. These are the rounds I keep in it, 45 auto full metal jacket steel case rounds. It's a big old chunker of a round, and oops, not that one.
Oh, my son has low self-esteem. Let's give him the biggest handgun I can find.
I'm trying to find a good way to show these side by side. Actually, if I do it like this, there we go. So that is a 380 and a 45 auto round. And a close-up of my hand.
Oh, that's quite big.
Yeah, 45 auto is a big...
it's too big.
45 auto is a big, slow bastard of a round. It's good for when you want... as the saying goes, 9mm kills the body, 45 kills the soul, as Zian just specified. And I guess I do have a 9mm and a 45.
How so?
So like, ballistically, they have roughly similar muzzle energy, just because 9mm... Like, 9mm Luger, not this 9mm. This is slower than normal 9mm, and, like, lighter. This has considerably less muzzle energy than this. But 9mm Luger has similar muzzle energy to this, just because it's a faster round. Oh, sorry. And with ballistics, honestly, speed is what matters more. But the whole point of 45 auto, what ballistically matters with it, is that it has better barrier penetration. So, like, if I go out in the living room and there's a home intruder and he dies behind the couch or something, I can just shoot into the couch and I know I'm going to hit him. I guess there's, like, something to be said about 45 auto makes a bigger hole. For the metrics people out there, 45 is 11.43 millimeters compared to 9 millimeters. So it's, you know, a difference of 2.43 millimeters, roughly. But yeah, it's carry 45 auto is mostly just to say I really fucking hate whoever I'm shooting at. enough that I am dealing with the bullshit of a 45 auto. Because it's heavier, you have fewer rounds, you have more recoil. You need a more expensive gun, typically, except in this case... Well, in this case, yes, still. Because this gun, when my dad got it, was $100. Nowadays, it's $200. But the 9mm variants of it are cheaper because they're able to, like, make them lighter. I was talking about, you know...
Oh, yeah, the price. The price is also something one can ask.
Oh, yeah. This gun. The Tokarev was $500. This was $300. Like I said, this was $100 back when my dad got it in like 2012. My Nagant revolver, I got that for $300. Also, I was gonna say, mechanically, this is also another. I'm not gonna take the slide off because it's a motherfucker to put it back on. This is they got some like crazy fucking stuff under the hood here. It's mostly everything's just held in by tension. So if I take the slide off, it's just gonna be a motherfucker to put everything back together. I don't want to do that. But these two guns operate on the same mechanical principles. It's just that, and all it is it uses weight and spring tension to hold the gun shut while the round goes off. And so, to do that with this, they just use a 2-pound fucking slide. Oh, and I just need to step away for a hot second just to get the other thing for this. Give me a second. I also have Stendo magazines for the High Point because I'm ghetto trash. Let me just wipe the dust off that quick.
You heard it here first.
There we go. This is why I don't fucking carry this thing, okay? This is I have a holster for it. Gunpotato, pray that desk survives this stream. Yeah, this is a glass desk, by the way. This is just such a massive, heavy handgun. It's just not, like, practical for carrying on your hip during the day. It's definitely not practical for, like, concealed carry or anything like that. My other two guns, I can conceal carry both of these. I could conceal carry the Nagant revolver. I cannot conceal carry this thing, okay? Too big, too much weight. What you could do with this is you could use it as a truck gun. Like, you just keep it in your car or whatever. Gunpotato, we already knew it. What did you say just a bit ago? Because I lost track, sorry.
My
dementia's already gotten in, sorry.
Don't remember.
Gunpotato, what are you talking about, Gunpotato?
I surely said something.
Nyana and I both have dementia, okay? You're gonna have to specify what you're talking about, Gunpotato. Gunpotato, it also makes an effective boat anchor. Whole new meaning to lost in a boating accident. Zian, oh no, the dementia is spreading. Anyways. Ugh. Just putting the other magazine back in here. Does anyone have any other questions about these before we move on to my other horrible devices?
How many times have you shot this one?
God, I have no fucking idea. Probably well over 1,000 by now. Because my dad and I used to take these out for a lot of shooting back in the day. And we still have a lot of ammo left for it. What's up?
Can you also, when you talk about the gun, can you also tell us how many creatures you've killed with that? If you have killed.
I haven't shot anything. I haven't shot any animals with any of these. I mentioned shooting at. I shot at a groundhog with my Nagant revolver, but I missed those shots. One of those I almost put into my own foot. So that was a time. Yeah, if you want me to bring in the gun that's actually taken a life, I will go get that next.
No, do whatever you want.
Oh, I'll just do whatever I want. Okay, I'm just gonna put my dick on this up next. Okay. No. I'll go. I'm gonna put these away, and I'll go get out the. I'm not getting banned from Twitch, Nyana. I'm gonna go put these away. I'll be back in a hot second. Nyana, you entertain the audience. Dance for us, monkey. Dance.
Okay, this is one. So I think his dick is so macroscopic that Twitch wouldn't ban him because it doesn't see the dick. Just saying. Just saying.
Alright, I'm here with some American muscle. Kira.
I made a savage remark.
What'd you say, Nyana? What horrible thing did you say about me?
Something very horrible.
Gosh. Can't believe she's getting me banned from Twitch.
But I won't repeat that.
Okay, so Kira, I know it's a dumb question, but how easy is it to get a gun in America? Can you really just walk in a store and buy one? That depends. Gun potato, in free America, you fill out a 4473 and they call the FBI. Yeah, so, okay, so... I'm trying to think of how to best explain this. So basically, okay, so your typical... I'm gonna go over, like, what I've done, okay? Because that'll be some typical examples. So, when I went in and I bought my first rifle, I didn't have any kind of record, right? I didn't have any kind of criminal record. So, I go in, I'm buying my rifle, and, I'm filling out the paperwork. I have to fill out... So, my first rifle, I bought from an actual gun store. They had an FFL, that's Federal Firearms License. So... when they were selling me the gun, I had to fill out some legal documents, and when they then ran those legal documents through to the FBI's database. The FBI has a record on everyone. It basically is there to check, do you have a criminal record? So if you don't have a record, they have to make one for you that says you don't have a criminal record. So when I first bought a rifle, I had to wait a day just because the FBI had to open a record for me. And then I was able to go back and get my rifle. That
actually sounds weird.
In communist-occupied
America...
Sounds
like they're making crimes up for you.
That's the weird thing, is I now, legally speaking, have a criminal record. My criminal record is I've never committed a crime. But I have to have that because I bought a gun. When I bought a gun after that, they ran the background check on me again to check on my criminal record, and because it was already, established and everything, it took them like a couple minutes, and I was able to walk out with the gun that day. Except back during when COVID kicked off, I had 2 guns coming in. The gun was one of them. I'll get to the other one soon. When COVID was kicking off, they were having a lot of, issues, so it took 3 days for my background check to be processed. Excuse me. Now that's all if you buy through an FFL, a Federal Firearm License holder. If it is a private sale, such as a gun show, there's no background checks, at least here in Wisconsin. So like this gun, what I got right
awesome.
Here. This is a .22 caliber reproduction of the Colt Single Action Army. This one's made by Heritage Arms. Basically, I went to a gun show with my mom for one of my birthdays. It was a couple years ago. I saw this, and my mom bought it for me. We didn't have to fill any paperwork because it was a private sale between one person and another. And so, I'm trying to think of where to start on talking about this because there's just so much history behind this gun, particularly for me. Gun potato, I sold a gun in a CFA parking lot. I don't even know what CFA is off the top of my head. Oh, wait, Chick-fil-A.
Gun potato, the card dealer.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Card dealer, I mean.
In free America. Ooh, sorry, excuse me. Burping a lot today. Okay, so I'm going to start with talking about the gun this is based on. So 1873, our guy Colt, he designed this revolver, and it became known as the gun that won the West because it was the revolver to handle self-defense in that day. Now 1873, that's been a long time ago, of course, but it's not relevant so much today. I would class this as a sport and utility gun. This is mostly for like hunting animals, sport shooting, hunting small animals like rats and stuff. But that's because this is a 22. Back in the day, it was a 45 long Colt. 45 long Colt is the predecessor of those 45 auto rounds I was showing off earlier, and I do have some of those. I'll get to those in a second. So this is a single action revolver. So we have to pull the hammer back every time we want to shoot the gun. Right? If we pull the trigger, nothing happens. Okay, it's dead. So we do have a quarter cock, which does nothing. That's just one of the safeties. This also has a safety lever on the side. We're going to keep that up because it's a 22, and if we dry fired it, I will break the firing pin. I don't want to do that. It's a fucker to change. We got half cock. At half cock, we can turn the cylinder freely, which is how you load the gun. You open up... I'm trying to get... You open up this loading gate, and you load each round individually. And I said this is 22 long rifle. I did not grab any 22 cartridges to show off, but that's fine. It's a very small cartridge. It is meant for shooting mice, or not mice, but like squirrels and stuff. And then we got full cock. Now the gun's actually ready to shoot. I mentioned this is the gun that has actually killed a creature before. I mentioned that groundhog that I shot it with my Nagant revolver and missed. I was carrying this around. I saw the groundhog. I shot him in the ass while he was jumping into his burrow, and I never saw him again after that. So either he took the message or he died.
Maybe both.
I will also say this is like, so this is a 22 revolver, 22 caliber replica of the single action revolver. This is a very popular gun over here, just like both because it's a cowboy gun, it's fun to play with, and it's very easy and cheap to shoot because it's 22 long rifle, so it's very the round is cheap, the round is very low like recoil. I also say this is like a very good gun to train someone on shooting guns if they've never shot a gun before. Like I said, it's very light recoil, and because it's a single action, you're not going to have very many accidental firings, okay? It teaches a person you have to operate the gun for the gun to work, okay? So it's not going to run away on them. Alright. I can't really...
I thought guns shoot on their own. Weird.
I do remember one other thing. It's making me a little depressed just because of the nature of it. So, I'm trying to think of how to. So basically, my grandfather, he served in World War II. He was an airman. He's a pilot, and when he joined the United States Army Air Force, when he got sent over to Europe for service. They gave him a Colt single-action army, an original one, because that's what they had laying around. Like, the other guys in the squadron also got handed just random revolvers. Most of them were seized civilian not revolvers, handguns. Basically, him and everyone around him got handed whatever handgun was just on hand. Some of them were seized civilian handguns, because these weren't for fighting. The unspoken thing was... If you go down behind German lines, shoot yourself. Gun potato. Guns don't kill people. Badger with a gun kills people.
How many pilots did do this?
Callie. He was an airman? Yeah, he was an airman. How many pilots did... I don't know how many pilots did that. Callie, what plane did you fly?
What percentage? I can't imagine that a lot of pilots did it.
Again, I don't know. I just know that was the unspoken rule. On paper, they're being handed handguns so that they could protect themselves until they got rescued. But the unspoken thing was they were expected to kill themselves. And so they were just given handguns that were meant to do the job, which is why he was given a Colt single-action army and I think 3 bullets, he said, because that's just the number of rounds that the gun had with it when they handed it to him. This holds 6 rounds, by the way, in case that needs to be stated. So what plane did he fly? I don't remember the model, but like, so my grandfather passed away several years ago. I spent a lot of time with him when I was growing up. He took care of me a lot. And something he wouldn't tell me about his time in the service. He did like planes, and he liked that I liked planes. The self-delete is more a Pacific Theater thing. It was in the European theater too, but that's not what we're getting into right now. My grandfather, he was really into planes, and he was glad that I also liked planes. He had all these like model planes, and he had books on like the diagrams and the histories and stuff of like various service planes and civilian planes, and we would spend hours just going over all that stuff together. And I always like he was always showing me like bomber planes and stuff, and I always figured he was a bomber pilot or one of the crewmen of a bomber when he was in the service, because again, he never told me about it. And from what I was told by my other family members, he told them not to tell me what he did. And one of the things that I didn't think about when he told me.
Okay, then he dropped the bomb on the Japanese.
No, not that. One of the haunting things he told me that I didn't realize what he really meant until after he passed away. One of the things he told me once, one of the few times he actually like talked about the service, was he said that the guys crewing the bombers were luckier than the guys flying the fighter planes, because the guys in the bombers couldn't see the people they were killing. So from that and other stuff he had told me, I figured he was a bomber pilot. After he passed away, at his funeral, my family on that side, they had gotten out all of his old stuff, his flight uniform and stuff. And what I saw was a picture of him and the fighter plane that he used to fly.
What was it for a plane?
What was that? Sorry.
What was the plane?
I can't remember the make and model, but I know it was one of the fighter planes that America used. And that put together for me that he was haunted by the fact that, like, he was... Sorry, I'm trying to get my words together. I didn't realize until then that, like, he had been carrying that kind of weight that his whole life, because he had seen the people he had killed as a fighter pilot. Apparently, something I didn't learn until that time was fighter pilots could see into the cockpits of other fighter planes even during combat, so you were able to see the people you were shooting at. And it was, after him passing away, it was my mom. It was, my grandfather was my mother's father. This is the one I was talking about. My mom and her brother and a few other family members, they were, sat down with me and told me about a lot of stuff, because my grandpa, he cared a lot about me, and when I was talking about wanting to join the Air Force to, follow in his footsteps, he didn't want to be the one to tell me not to do it, so he was asking my family members to tell me don't join the military, because he didn't want me to ever have to kill someone. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Telling some emotional stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this with us. I hope that makes you feel better.
In regards to the revolver he carried, because I mentioned he was issued a Colt single action army, because that's what they had laying around for him. He didn't shoot it during the war. After the war, when he was basically they just left him stranded in Europe, and he was having to like find a way to pay his way back to get to America. Apparently, during that time, he was carrying his pistol on him. Some guy tried mugging him with a knife, and he shot him with the gun, and that's the only time he ever shot it.
But your grandpa didn't get any punishment, because if you are shot down behind enemy lines, as you said, you are expected to use the gun.
He was shot down behind enemy lines, actually. So, okay, time for a lighter story about my grandfather. So, as I mentioned, he was in the Air Force. Before he was sent over to Europe, he crashed 3 planes in training. and he totaled all of them. And he was declared dead at 2 of them before he, like, you know, walked back to base. And so they had to, like, you know, cancel the death certificate. Kelly, thanks for sharing it, Badger. Sorry if I made you uncomfortable. It's okay. It's all right. For what I'm hearing, he was an awesome man. Yeah. My grandfather was a great guy. Anyways, as for his flight service, as I said, he crashed 3 training planes, and they still said, yeah, let's send him to Europe, because that was, in that time, the American Air Force was just, send anyone, we are welding these planes together out of sheet metal and baling twine. And they just wanted bodies with equipment in Europe, so he got sent over. He crashed more planes, I don't remember how many. One of them did go down behind German lines, and that was one of the times that scared most. From what, so he didn't tell him to me himself. It was my mom and my uncle were telling what he told them, and apparently he said that was one of the scariest moments in his life, entirely because he never saw anyone. He knew that he just had to walk west to be able to get back to Allied lines, and apparently he, like, he just kept walking. Eventually, he got picked up by some guys in a Jeep, like 20-some miles behind the front line. So he had overshot the front line by 20 miles, and without seeing anyone, until just running into some random guys with a Jeep. Apparently, he thought
some random guys. You mean American?
Yeah, American forces. Yeah, sorry,
soldiers.
Yeah, American forces. And
yeah, that's not just some random guys. I mean, it could have been French. It could have been Germans. Yeah, why are you saying random guys when you're fucking talking about
I said Jeep.
Random guys in the
I said Jeep. Sorry, so I thought that was specified. Sorry.
Yeah, still.
But anyways, he got picked up by some American soldiers in a Jeep who were confused as to how he, like, got there. And, you know, he said his plane went down behind German lines, and so he had apparently just been walking for several days without seeing anyone. I'm trying to get away from the depressing stuff, but, like, so when my grandfather, like I mentioned, like, they after the war ended, the U.S. Army left him and a lot of people stranded in Europe, because it's basically like the U.S. Army was supposed to bring everyone home, of course, like that's the basic expectation, but instead they said, no, we're washing our hands of you, and so, like, they had to find their way. They had to find money.
No, that's savage.
Yeah, they had to find money to pay their way back to, you know.
Why did they do this?
Because they just didn't feel like dealing with them.
I have never heard of this before.
They just didn't feel like dealing with them. They just didn't feel like spending. Like, even though they had to move the boats back to America anyways, they just didn't want to, like, load up anyone else. And, like, you have to understand, like, hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment was left in Europe just because America didn't feel like moving it. And apparently a lot of soldiers were left in Europe because the American military didn't feel like moving them back, at their own cost, at least.
That's where assholey.
So yeah, he had to go back, and when he finally got back to America, he finally got back home. He was already married to my grandmother at the time. They got married before he got shipped off. Let's see. And he found out that all of his paychecks that were being sent home had been stolen. So grandmother never saw any of the paychecks.
Wow, that's
which happened
stolen
with a lot
by
of people.
who? Not by. Please don't tell me the government.
Well, yeah, no, it was. I don't know exactly who, but I presume it was like payroll officers and such, were just embezzling the funds.
Oof. Wow, that's heavy.
A lot of people over here had that same story of the payroll officers just stealing all the money that was meant to go back to the soldiers' families. And one of my
but I hope they were punished for that.
No, it got brushed under the rug. No one ever cared.
Wow, who after that happened, who is expected to join the U.S. Army after that?
The next generation who get brainwashed into thinking they should join. One of my.
But not if my parents tell, don't join, they fucking steal the money they are meant to pay you.
That's why the government, like, tries so hard to tell you, no, your parents are lying to you. We'd never do that.
It's pretty. Such shit makes America look bad. This and people are shipping people not back makes the USA actually look like partly also the evil guys.
One of my grandfather's squad mates, he got home and only so he hadn't been notified of anything that happened. He got home to find out that his wife and about 100 other women died in a munition plant explosion because they'd been set to work there because all the men had been drafted. And the bank foreclosed on his house, and when they seized the house, they threw his daughter out on the streets, and she went missing after that. And so
wow, banks are so cool.
He killed himself.
Oof.
Yeah, so sorry to talk about such heavy stuff, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, maybe let's move back to other stuff. But
yeah, sorry about that.
I want to comment on that. That I think your country is pretty shit.
Yeah. There's a reason people don't really trust the government over here. Anyways, yeah, this I can't really think of much else to talk about this. So, 22 long rifle, little revolver, very light, very handy. I would not recommend this for self-defense. Okay, like, immediately, not even just considering that, like, this is a very slow-to-operate gun. Particularly, like, when you need to unload it, congratulations, you have to spin the cylinder and run a little... You have to run this thing back to knock the casings out. So, once you fire off 6 shots, you're going to be unloading it for a minute before you can even start reloading it. And 22 long rifle is just a very... Sorry, excuse me. It's just a very anemic round. Like I already said, 380 is the biggest little round, and I still don't wholly trust it. That's only when I really need something that I can fit in my pocket. This won't fit in your pocket. They do make some, like, what they call bar fighter models of this, where they have a shorter barrel, but it's still a single-action revolver, so what the fuck are you supposed to do? It's still slow as hell. Yeah, this is just a, like, farm gun, or a sport and, like, range gun. Not for self-defense. Not much else I can think about saying about this particular piece. Yeah, do you have any questions about it, or should I move on to the next one?
Have you already told us how much you shot this one?
I don't think I've shot this one very much. Maybe 100 rounds or so. It was a used gun. It already had, like, a lot of wear on it, even though it's in good condition. But yeah, this is a used gun I got at a gun show.
Okay.
So. I think I mentioned that this is just a very, like, popular, like, gun to be manufactured over here, because these are very cheap to make. So a lot of manufacturers that already have the tooling to make 22 caliber guns just make these so that they can sell a cowboy gun. Some of these you can get for, like, back in the day, you could get these for, like, $60 or $80. My mom bought this for $200, but, that's because of, inflation and stuff. I remember this one time I was up at the hardware store, and I saw at first I thought I saw, like, a rack of revolvers that were being sold for $50 each. I'm like, holy shit, that's a good deal. And then I looked closer, and they were all CO2 guns. They were air guns. They were for shooting fucking BBs. And, like, that took the wind out of my sails. Like, God, for a second there, I was in the America that we deserve, where you can go into the hardware store, grab a revolver like this off the shelf, get it for $50.
Well, I have to admit, as someone who likes history and militaries and stuff, and is pretty interested in that, what you told beforehand still shocks me.
Yeah.
I guess they can treat their soldiers like that.
Yeah,
and also the people supplying ammo to them and stuff. Wow.
They still do it today.
Cool. But still, people are stupid enough to join there.
Yeah, people get lied to and they believe the lies. It's kind of the story of this place. Callie, yes, it's shocking me as well. Yeah. Well, I will put this away and I will go get another piece. Give me a second.
How many guns do you still have left?
Sorry, what was that?
How many guns do you still have left?
Still a few more.
Okay, that's not answering my question.
I hold on, I'll try and count them from here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Just as an info.
I'll be right back.
B. Well, Kelly, I'm working at something at the moment. I will look up if these facts are actually correct. Because this is a hard pill to swallow, I have to admit.
Oh, Callie says you're working on something, huh? What was Niana talking about while I was gone?
Nothing special. By the way, if you may allow,
Mm-hmm.
I want to shout out Kelly.
Oh yeah, Callie's been streaming lately. I haven't been able to catch any of your streams.
No. That's no. That's not the important part. The more important part is Kelly. You know that Kelly is an artist that he draws like his ancient elves and stuff.
The Celtic
I can't describe it any more detail. Yeah, not the Celtic elves, but his Roman Empire elves. That his avatar, his no elf. He puts all of that at Nor for these characters and nations onto a website called ENVTuber, and this website has recently made
Are we sponsored by World Anvil now? What?
And he actually won.
Oh,
yeah!
Congratulations, Kelly.
I just want to say, Kelly won a competition for I don't know the character category anymore, but for one of the categories with his Son of article.
Good job, Callie.
And ENVTuber is a pretty big platform, so that's certainly something to be shouted out.
Callie has also I've been seeing that Callie has been streaming lately. Unfortunately, Callie streams at 4 a.m. my time, so I haven't been able to catch them. I'm not saying change your stream time, Callie. I'm just saying that we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to find a time where I can stay up until 4, either wake up at 4 a.m. or stay up until then and catch your streams. Actually, how do I do a shout out? Can I think it's just !SO?
No, yeah, I just wanted to say that like that, because I think if we have someone that's that cool in chat, we have to shout out that a little bit.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to do the shout out thing anyways, and I want to just
you don't. No, I don't mean that kind of shout out. Just saying it.
Kelly, I know. I'll try to stream in the afternoon, evening next week. All right. Anyways, you guys are cool. Thank you, Kelly. So, I showed off a replica of a Colt gun for the previous one. This is another replica of a Colt gun. This is the Colt Model 1851 Navy revolver, or a replica of one at least. This is a really old one. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. So basically, this has a few predecessors and many successors, but basically for the better part of a century, Colt was making one general pattern of revolvers in a few different iterations, and those were the be-all, end-all handguns of that time period. And this is
America.
One of them. Yeah, even outside America, these got around some. Callie, love the gold in detail. This is not gold, this is brass, unfortunately. Well, actually, fortunately, because brass is stronger and can actually hold up. If this was actually gold, this gun could not be fired, because it would not have the material strength to handle being fired. So this is 44 caliber, muzzleloader. It looks
fancy, though.
Yeah, no, it is very fancy. This is how they were building them back then. Because, at the time, they could make, brass was fairly cheap. So, may as well make stuff out of brass when you can. So yeah, this has some, like I was saying, this has some predecessors like the Walker, the Dragoon, and a couple others I want to say. This one was made, so I'm trying to think of how to begin describing it. So the predecessors of this were very big handguns. All right, much bigger than this. This is bigger than the original, but it's still in the right size category. Basically, Colt was making guns for the Union Army mostly, and the Navy said, "Hey, we want a handgun that is like pretty convenient to carry around on our hips for naval officers." So they made the Navy. They made another revolver after this, the Army, the new Army models, and some others. But I'm sorry, I'm going in circles. Anyways, this is a cap lock revolver. It does not take cartridges like the other guns do. So what you do is, I don't have the powder and ball on me right now. I do have a single cap loaded in this because I use this as a noisemaker for scaring off coyotes. But basically, what you do is you would put the powder directly into the chamber, and then you put a bullet in there, and then I gotta put this to half cock quick so I can turn the cylinder. Whoopsie, the cap just fell off. Anyways, you cycle this around. I'm trying to get this in the frame. You cycle the cylinder around, and then you push this down to ram the ball down, and then you spin it back around, and you put a cap on here, like... Give me a second. These caps are so fucking small. Like, look at that thing. Anyways, you put a cap on to one of these anvils here. It's very finicky because it's such a small thing to put on here. And you gotta get it down there snug. This is a little bit oversized. But then you can spin it around. And I gotta spin it around again because I don't want to put the hammer on it. And, yeah. You would drop the hammer on it, and this is a single-action hammer. So, pull the trigger, nothing happens. You have to pull the hammer back. That's... oh. I'm going to leave it right there, okay? Because this is being a little finicky with me right now. Anyways, back in the olden times, this was how you got 6 shots without having to trade out guns or anything. And so this was like the premier self-defense gun. There's a reason that the saying goes, God made man, but Samuel Colt made man equal. Because this allowed you to deal with 6 problem makers before you had to reload.
I have to be honest, this gun looks like something in a Wild West movie either the villain wears or the banker of the town.
Yeah. These guns were used for a very long time in the Wild West. Okay, like both when they were first released. So we're gonna get into a little bit of Wild West lore for a second here. Okay, so even when metal cartridge guns were like making their debut in the West, these were still in use because they were cheaper and they were cheaper to load. And for a lot of people, they didn't expect needing to be like reloading very quickly very often. So you might have like a saloon owner might have one of these behind the bar, and he might never I remember Wyatt Earp in his books. In one of his books, he had an interview with a saloon owner, and the saloon owner mentioned that he had a gun like this just behind the bar, fully loaded, and he left it like that for about 50 years without ever needing to actually like draw and shoot it on anyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And in that time, and even with gunslingers who are expecting to have to fight fight people with guns regularly, they would carry these because they figured, well, I can just carry a second one of these. For the price of buying a cartridge firing gun, I can just grab a second one of these. In the novelization and in the movie True Grit, that's an Old West movie that takes place in 1878, I believe. One of the characters, Marshal Rooster Cogburn, he carries a Colt single action Army as his like primary handgun, and then on his saddle, on his horse saddle, he has 2 holsters, each with a Colt Dragoon, which is basically what this is. The Dragoon's just a bigger Colt Navy, essentially. And the idea is that you've got your Colt Army for when you need it for you get the Colt single action army for when you just need to be able to, like, reload on the fly. And then if you suddenly need a lot of firepower suddenly, you can carry 2 of these guns and just draw and fire them until they're empty. The main protagonist of True Grit, whose name escapes me, she's like a 14-year-old girl. She also carries one of these, or rather a Dragoon, but the Dragoon is just the plus-size Navy, okay? That's the only real distinction between these.
I think I looked the movie up, and I think I watched that on Netflix.
I watched it with some friends. I was going to say recently. I want to say it was the last month. Some people...
As an American, how many of these stereotypical Wild West shootouts that actually happen?
So I mentioned Wyatt Earp earlier. He was an Old West gunslinger who wrote some books about the time period and his experiences. I believe he was one of the guys at the shootout at the OK Corral, which is a bit misunderstood sometimes. I can't remember all the details of it, but I remember one account he gave. 2 guys, their names escape me. But they were saying at a saloon, they were saying at a table across from each other. Whatever they were discussing, the discussion became heated, and one guy drew on the other. Now, the first guy to draw, he jumped out of his chair, pulled his gun, and what he did was called fanning the hammer. That's where you hold down the trigger, and you slap the hammer to try and rapid fire from the hip. As Wyatt Earp describes, that is a very good way to expend ammo without hitting your target. Because the guy fired off all 6 shots from his revolver without hitting the guy that was still seated. The guy that was still seated drew his revolver, reached across the table, pointed it into the guy's chest, and fired 1 shot.
Huh. How are you? But did boss have, or did boss usually not have this no guns rule, or is this also something the movies make up?
So it varied. It depended on, just like today, it depends on town from town, and state and state and all that stuff. What's misunderstood? So like a lot of people will say, oh well, in old West cities, guns were illegal, and stuff like that. So what was usually going? Okay. This also reminds me of something else that relates to gun ownership in Europe. Remind me, after I talk about this, if I don't bring it up, remind me to bring it up, okay? So a lot of towns, the rule was you could not carry a long gun through town. Okay, you couldn't carry like a rifle or a shotgun. You couldn't carry it around town. You could carry it into town, you could carry it to the sheriff's office, and you could turn it into him, and he would just hold on to it until you had to leave town. But you couldn't, take it to the local hotel and stay there for a while with it. Some towns. It was expected that you would be carrying your revolver, like your handgun on you, because that's just how it is. Like, you were expected to be defending yourself if it came down to it. Now, again, some places were much more restrictive, so some places did say, no, you're not even allowed to carry your handgun on you. But those were the anomaly. They're the exception, not the rule. In many places, the rule is keep it in your holster till it's needed, and there won't be any problems. And that's still the rule today in a lot of places. Now, European gun... So, in Europe, it used to be okay for people to carry guns for self-defense in a lot of places. And it led to the differences and stuff in how, the laws resulted in a lot of the distinctions between... guns in America and guns in Europe. So I was showing off those guns earlier, right? The handguns I got from Europe, like Russia and stuff. They were always very small, So basically, in America, so before Europe started passing, very restrictive gun laws, Europe's inner city gun laws were mostly you can carry a gun for self-defense. Usually you need a permit, but usually the only real rule is keep it concealed. So, there was a big emphasis on very small concealable handguns early on. In America, Most places were either you can have your gun or you can't have your gun. It was an on or off switch. It was one or the other. So, in a lot of places, it was like, well, if you're allowed to have a gun, you're allowed to open carry anyway, so you may as well carry a big gun. So that's why Americans have this, like, stereotype of wanting to carry big guns, because we were, the laws of different of the areas, like, endorse that, basically. So it's either you can carry a big gun or you can carry nothing. That's how that was, like, back in the old days. And then as we've, seen time pass, gun regulations have, progressed. And most of them have progressed from those, those laws I described. And a lot of gun culture has also progressed from those laws that I described. So, like I said, in America, we like big guns, and then in Europe, they're often making smaller guns meant for, concealing on your person. We do, of course, because I own those concealed carry guns now, we do now have that culture of conceal your gun. But yeah. Any questions?
How expensive will the bust this gun for you?
Sorry, just getting some water. So, I don't remember. My dad bought this when I was a kid, and we put it together, or we assembled it together. That is.
Well.
So it was a kit, and I'm guessing he got for $100. These days, these range from like $400 to $500, just because like the companies that used to make them are mostly switching to other contracts. There is a legal point about these, though. So, I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my word as legal advice, but in most American states, you can get these just like either as a parts kit or fully assembled already. You can get one of these just shipped to your house. No FFL, no like background checks. Excuse me. None of that stuff. And for some people who are politically restricted from owning firearms, usually former convicts and such, they aren't restricted from owning these. So, a lot of people will buy these, and people in politically restrictive areas will buy these for home defense or even carry them for everyday defense. Because even if it is a very dated design, so dated that most American states do not consider it a firearm anymore, it's still, in this case specifically, a .44 caliber bullet being accelerated up to lethal velocity. So this will still kill a person. In some cases, somewhat more reliably than many modern cartridges. Nothing else is coming to me to bring up with this. Zine, average cost for ammo. So that's the funny that it's hard to say what the cost of ammo for this is going to be at any given time, because the thing is, the bare essentials for this is lead bullet, gunpowder, black powder specifically, or a alternative, and a primer cap. And in my experience, the primer cap has been the biggest issue. The gunpowder, I can't remember how much that costs. I don't know how much it costs right now. Because I've been using the same, jar of gunpowder my dad got, almost 20 years ago. The bullets, they're just lead. You can just cast those at home. You can buy a kit for it for, $20 and then just, melt lead over a campfire. Just do it like they did it back in the old days. The primer caps are the big issue, because they just come and go, and there's no indication of what they're going to be. So, the caps I have right now are not the right size for it. They're too big, so they're a little loose. Like you saw earlier, it falls right off. Because that's a number 11. I need number 10s. Number 11s work, they just, like I said, they fall off. Those caps I got for like $5 for 100. So I think that comes out to 5 cents for a primer. I can't. I'm not doing the math right. I don't think. For other stuff, I've looked at the number 10 primers, and it's like $100 and some for a case of 1,000 of them. So like I guess they're like per unit, not that expensive, but it's still having to drop over $100 to order like a crate of them. It's kind of like when you accidentally bought all that, what was it, particle board? Roughly 10 cents per, yeah. No, cork board. You bought like...
you make cork, yeah, cork, yeah.
Yeah, you bought like, what was it, 14 kilograms of cork board?
Oh, I think it was like 9 kilograms.
Still, like, you bought a lot of it in bulk, and now you're never gonna have to buy corkboard again.
I didn't buy it in bulk. They just sent it to me in bulk. I didn't buy this much. I just bought like 1 kilogram.
It's...
I mean, that's the strange thing about it.
It is, well, I mean, hey, you got more than you were planning for, and you don't need to get more now. That's the point, right? And that's what we tend to do that's what I tend to do, at least, is I tend to buy ammo in bulk, so I'll buy thousands of rounds in one purchase, which is expensive, but then I don't need to buy ammo again for a long time. The one issue is that it's very heavy.
Do you get a discount?
Yeah, by buying in bulk, you just pay less per cartridge, just because it's just like, I mean,
that's also good.
Economics and business thing, but yeah. Yeah, not much else to say about this. I will go put this away then, if there's nothing else, and I will go get 3... There's 3 more guns we gotta go through. 3 more. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my funny gun. Zine, truly MVP of this stream, the glass desk, yeah. It's only gonna get worse. I'm gonna wipe the dust off this. I actually haven't used this ammo enough that it's got fucking dust on it, god. Anyways. So this is my funny gun. This is a Taurus Judge, what I've called the Tracker, or not, what I've heard called the Tracker or the Ranger model, a few different like names I've heard for this, because this is not the Judge Magnum or the Raging Judge or any of those. This is just a long-barreled Judge. It is a... I'm just double-checking that it's unloaded. Yep, it's unloaded. 5-round cylinder. It is single action and double action. It's honestly a very light trigger. This is made by Taurus. They're a Brazilian company. And you probably heard the Judge. You probably heard the Judge before. It's the funny gun that's looking for a problem that nobody has. When I first showed this off to some friends, they saw the long barrel and they asked me if this is for shooting muggers from 3 blocks away.
I mean...
So I'm just gonna get a round out of here quick. Yeah, there we go. So this is 45 Long Colt. It's the round I was... Hold on. It's the round I was talking about previously, that the Colt Single Action Army was originally chambered in. It's also the predecessor of the 45 auto cartridge, and as you might immediately see, it's not long enough to actually make full use of the cylinder. Or rather, the cylinder is longer than it needs to be for this cartridge, and that's because the Judge is meant to also fire 410 bore shotgun shells. I thought I had some of those in my room, but I apparently don't. I probably took them downstairs and put them in my ammo case. And that would take a little while to go get them, and I don't think we want to wait for me to go get them. But the point is, the Taurus Judge was built to chamber 45 long Colt bullets or take 410 shotgun shells so you can fire a variety of, well, shot. It's called the Judge. So the original design, the barrel cuts off about here, I think. This is the long barrel version that's meant for like sport and hunting, and even then it's not good. And again, even when it's cut off here, this is supposed to be a concealed carry revolver. Let me go get the other revolver I have quick to show how ridiculous that is. So, here's the Nagant revolver again. The Nagant revolver is already a full-size revolver, and it is so much smaller than the Judge. So this does not work as a concealed carry revolver unless you are, like, wearing a trench coat. You've also got, as I showed with the cylinder, you only have 5 shots. Zine, concealed carry, or are you just happy to see me? Like, you gotta be real well endowed to make someone think you're carrying a Taurus Judge, alright? Or you gotta be carrying a Taurus Judge. I'm trying to get my brain back on track. So it's called the Judge. The story goes, I haven't seen any actual confirmation of this, but the story goes that a judge was concerned about, violent criminals attacking him during court cases, so he contracted the Taurus company to make a revolver for him to wear under his robes, which I guess that's the one situation where you could conceal this thing, is if you're wearing a judge's robes. He wanted a revolver he could carry under his robes to fight off attackers, and he wanted it to be big bore and to be able to handle carrying multiple different, like, defense loads. The main problem with... The biggest problem with this is that they're trying to make it do 2 things, okay? Like I said, it can take 45 long Colt or 410, but shotgun shells, or shot, needs to be fired through a smooth bore. Conventional bullets need to be shot through a rifled bore. Now, a bore can, the inside of the barrel, it can't be smooth and rifled. You gotta pick one or the two. Taurus thought they were being clever by just giving the gun bad rifling. So, if you put shot through it, the shot spins and flies out everywhere. If you put a bullet through it, it doesn't spin enough, and it just wobbles out the barrel and goes somewhere. So this is a very inaccurate gun, and they keep redesigning it and trying to find more ways to sell it. This is one of those redesigns. They lengthened the barrel, and they tried selling it on the idea of, hey, you can use this for, like, hunting, or, like, like sport shooting. And as I described, it's inaccurate. So, like, if you try shooting this at an animal...
But why do you have it then?
So basically, I bought this... It's good that I have the Nagant revolver here, because I bought these alongside each other. I paid $300 for both of them, but in the case of the Nagant revolver, I actually bid... So this is an online auction. I bid $300 on the Nagant revolver. I only bid $100 on this. One day, I'm checking my emails, and one of the emails is from the auction place, and they're saying, hey, your bid of $300 won. I'm like, great, I get the Nagant revolver, right? And they're like, oh, we're talking about the Taurus Judge. I'm like, I didn't put $300 on it. And they're like, too bad, we're already shipping it. So that's how I ended up with this thing. They just said that I bid $300 on it when I didn't, and now I have a Taurus Judge. I've been trying to get rid of. I've been trying to get rid of it. I've been trying to sell it so I have money for other stuff. And every time I like talk about selling it, my dad's like, "Oh, I'll buy it from you." And I'm like, "Dad, we have shared finances. That is literally nothing happening." And the last time, like, I used to let him keep it in his room. It got rusty from him just like dumping it in a bucket. And I don't know how it got wet, but it got wet and it started rusting. So I had to clean it up. So that's why I don't let him have it in his room anymore. But yeah. I have shot at some. I had my mom shot at some when she was like trying out different handguns. She didn't like it. It recoiled too hard for her. I don't think it recoils that much, but you know, I got big, strong hands. But it's also just not a very good pistol to shoot because you can't hit anything with it because it's so inaccurate.
The big badger hands.
Big meaty hands. They made an even bigger version of this. They made a full like rifle length version of this. They made a carbine length that you still have to shoot as a pistol, even though it has a foregrip. So this is a revolver, and revolvers. I'm trying to see if we can get. Hold on, I've got my light here. I'm trying to get it right behind. I'm trying to get it to shine through. I can't get it to shine through the cylinder gap. It's annoying me. Anyways, there's a cylinder gap here, okay? So there's a gap where the bullet jumps from the cylinder to the barrel, okay? And a lot of gas escapes from that when that happens. Now, this is very hot gas, blowing a lot of debris out. If your hand is up here, you're burning your hand. Then a gun revolver doesn't have that issue. It has a gas seal. Every other revolver has this issue. And what they did was they still put a grip up here for you to hold on to for the longer version. So every time you shoot the gun, you're just getting your wrist blasted by hot gas. And as I saw a gun YouTuber show off one of these guns, and he was doing exactly that to him. It kept like blasting away the skin on his arm. Oh, sorry, excuse me. And even worse, like it had a blast shield to try and stop that from happening. It didn't protect his arm. And more so, it blasted gas backwards into his face. So, yeah, not pleasant. If he had not been wearing glasses, he probably would have suffered eye damage.
I have to admit this. The more you talk about this gun, the shittier it sounds.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's basically, like, it was a gimmick gun that Taurus made, trying to find, like... They made a solution, as I described previously, they made a solution for a problem nobody has. The idea is that you can just put whatever you want in this, but it doesn't work out that way, particularly because 410 and 45 Long Colt are both overly expensive rounds and largely underperforming.
To me, it sounds just like they made a problem.
Yeah, they made a problem trying to make a solution and trying to find a problem nobody had.
Yeah, what a gun.
I remember one time, so like...
I mean, amazing that people bought it, so bought it, because otherwise they probably wouldn't have produced it, I mean...
people just keep buying the gimmick. Yeah, they tested it. I don't know why they still went forward with it, but apparently the gimmick runs strong. I mean, it's mostly boomers. It's mostly boomers who buy this thing. This is called it's called the boomer cannon for a reason.
Okay, that's kind of... it kind of explains it.
I remember...
Soy gun potato.
I remember one time, I took this out, so I got some birdshot for this. So birdshot's the very tiny pellets. It fires like 250 of those really tiny pellets. The idea is, shoot a bird out of the air. And I just, set up a paper target at about 10 meters. Gumpy, no, I don't have one. I'm not old. I'm not old! I'm a hip, spry young man! Anyways, I loaded this with birdshot. I took it out, shot paper from 10 meters away, and I couldn't get it to hit paper. Alright, 250 pellets fired in a spread could not hit a standard sheet of paper.
That's embarrassing. probably. I don't know much about guns, but I think
it is humiliating.
It sounds embarrassing.
I couldn't even find the wad. Like, there's a wad that holds all those pellets together, and that usually just, like, goes in the direction you're shooting. I couldn't find that. I don't know where it was putting all the shot. I just know that it was just fucking spreading out and flying everywhere, and I gotta take my glasses off because I'm wiping my nose. Ugh. Z and pellets got blown away with the wind. I wouldn't be surprised. So, like, that's the other thing is, like, even with all this barrel length, you're still losing a lot of velocity when you're shooting like a shotgun shell through it. Okay, like those 410 rounds are meant to go through like a 20-inch barrel, and this barrel's like what, 6 inches, 8 inches. And those pellets are very small and very light, so like anything will disrupt them. Gunpei, is because the rifling messes with the pellets, because Batfee is gay and won't let you have a smooth bore that short, yeah. For those at home, Batfee, B-A-T-E-F-E-E, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. We usually just abbreviate that to ATF. Also, other thing, I forgot to go over the ballistics of the Nagant revolver. It actually has pretty good ballistics. The 7.62x38 cartridge actually is somewhat similar to a 32 Magnum, which outperforms 38 Special. So that's pretty cool. Oh, also, it has this little, like, I forgot to show when I was talking about the Nagant revolver originally. It has this little, like, loop down here. This is for, like, hooking a lanyard to. But I realized that when I have this in a holster, and I can, like, hook stuff onto the lanyard loop. It's funny. I can carry stuff around like that. Anyways, any other questions before I move on to the second to last gun?
How many times have you shot this gun, or have you even tried it out?
God, I have shot this gun. I maybe shot 50 rounds through it because 45 long Colt is so fucking expensive. It's like $1 a cartridge and a good day. I tried.
It's shitty and expensive. It just gets better with this gun.
I tried, I was looking into like trying to find cheaper ways to shoot this. Okay, I was looking into like moon clips so I can shoot 45 auto because I have 45 auto. This gun cannot survive 45 auto. Okay, 45 auto is just a little bit higher pressure than 45 long Colt, but that little bit is enough to destroy this gun. They make Magnum versions, which can take 45 auto, and they can also take 454 Castle, which is a big Magnum cartridge. But this isn't one of those guns. And some boomers. So I'm gonna try and show this off. Can we see down the? All right, you might see. God, I'm gonna juggle some shit for this. That doesn't help. I'm trying to show the chambers. Oh my god. Oh my god. This thing's fucking heavy. Okay. Oh yeah, no, we gotta...
His femboy arms can't hold it.
I can't handle this. Guess who just put a bid on a Desert Eagle in 429 DE? This guy. Oh my god. I'm trying to show this. Motherfucker, stupid camera. There we go. Okay, you see those little ridges in there? Oh, I gotta set this down. Oh my god. Okay, so those little ridges in the cylinder, that's to stop you from putting in anything bigger than 45 long Colt, okay? If you try to put something bigger in there, it will stop it from being inserted any further. What some boomers have done is they didn't understand the purpose of that, so they would bore out the cylinder so they could put longer cartridges in there, like 454 Castle. I want you to understand. 45 long Colt
and then they explode.
Yeah. 45 long Colt has a chamber pressure of 15,000 PSI. 45 Auto has a chamber pressure of, I want to say, 21,000. And that's enough to blow up this gun. 454 Castle has a chamber pressure of 45,000 PSI. It's 3 times beyond, it is 3 times what this gun is meant to handle. And people still don't get that you're not supposed to fire fucking magnum rounds through it. Yeah, not a whole lot else to say about it. This gun sucks. I've been trying to get rid of it and get a actually good revolver in 45.
But I mean, if the ammo is expensive, then this needs to or that tells us that there's a market for it still on demand.
It's not.
So you should be able to get it.
It's more that like there's very low. There's low demand, so what supply there. So I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Not many guns use 45 long Colt anymore. So when a gun, so the few that do use it, you have to like pay. There's not a big market for the ammo, so the ammo that is manufactured has to be made specially, and so then the manufacturers charge more for it.
Oh, okay.
So like if you put more supply, that doesn't help because the supply is already not being bought up. You have to be able to undersell the demand, the competition by a considerable amount to actually like get along in there. Oh, my neck.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's nothing else, I will go get the second to last gun.
Okay.
This one might be a little bit troublesome to get in frame.
Oh, is it a big one?
Zine, now I'm thinking Bash should get a hat rack just to put his headphone on when not in use. Funny.
Whoa, that's a big one. Badger has a big gun.
Yes, and someone clipped that.
I mean, it's not about the size, but look at that size.
So this is technically a handgun. This is legally identified as a handgun. Hey there, Kira. Good to see you again. Oh, got a little bit of soda left.
But Kira likes it. I like it too, by the way.
Oh, you like my big gun, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Anyways, this, I think do I have it all in frame? Yes, I got it all in frame, guys. This is the Kel-Tec PLR-16. That is the pistol long range. It's from Kel-Tec. They are the Florida guys who make funny guns out of plastic. This is a derivative of their rifle, the sport and utility rifle. Kel-Tec, says Zine, yeah. Kel-Tec is making a lot of funny guns lately. And I have this customized the way I like it, and this is what I usually use for home defense, and when I'm usually going outside to fight the cryptids and coyotes with. So I will start taking some of it apart if I can. Some of it I'm not going to be taking off. Like, I'm not going to be taking off the iron sights. I will be taking the magazine. Oh my god, this is heavy. Okay, so this is strictly... You might refer to it as an AR pistol. It's chambered in 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO, and it takes Stanag AR magazines. Right now, I've got it loaded with M193 from Israeli military industry, or Israeli weapons industry, whichever they're calling themselves now. I have it set up with. Gotta try and get the camera to see them. Aperture sights right now, which can peek. I'm having to... There we go. So I can peek through that little gap in the light mount. And yes, this is a flashlight. This is a, like, Chinesium flashlight, but it's actually really good. I'm going to turn the light on. Let's see if it blinds you guys. This actually has a lot of range. I can get out to, like, 100 meters with that light. It's pretty cool. So this is just a plastic, this is a plastic barrel shroud. This is just so I don't burn my hand grabbing the barrel, at least not immediately, with a little angled grip. There's a company, Midwest Industries, I think they're called. They make an aluminum shroud for this, which would actually really help with like heat dispersion. But it's $150. So like someone go put $150 on my fourth wall quick, so I can go buy that and improve my gun. Thank you. This is unloaded, right? Okay, yeah, it's unloaded. That's good to see. Oh yeah, and also put a muzzle brake on. I haven't shot it yet with the muzzle brake on, but last time I did shoot it with the muzzle brake, it was flashing into my eyes. This has a lot of muzzle flash, alright? It's a 9-inch barrel, and I'm firing 5.56 through it. That's meant for like a 20-inch barrel. Oh, I also have a sling on it, because, for God's sake, have a sling on your combat gun. And a light. Alright, I have those two. I'm ready, okay? I'm good. I'm doing my part.
Why is the magazine see-through?
Oh, that's just the model of magazine I got. I've heard some people, absolute fucking delusional motherfuckers, say, oh, a transparent magazine is bad because the bad guys can see how much ammo's in your gun then. Motherfucker, if they are looking that closely, I have other issues. Alright? Being able to just look at my magazine...
Why don't you see that more often? Because it makes it pretty easy to check for yourself how many...
Yeah, like, that's the whole thing. It's like, it makes it easy to check how many rounds I have left in the magazine. I don't know why more people don't do it. I think it's just because the plastic is supposed... Like, other plastic is supposed to be cheaper. This was like a $20 This is a $20 magazine, okay? I didn't spend much on these. And they're very good. Like, people shit on... This is from Elite Tactical Systems. People shit on them for being, like, really cheap. These are good magazines. They run great. Zine, cost to make likely. Yeah, like I said. I'm debating disassembling this, because... Actually, I will disassemble this just to show how the operation works. So, okay, so, I was talking about... So, this technically is not an AR, because AR is Armalite rifle. They have a particular, like, design for how it works. So, with an AR, you'd have, on the back here, you would have a buffer tube. Because the way the AR works is the bolt has to travel, like the bolt travels back a lot. It has a lot of spring behind it. It has to travel back into something, so that's what the buffer tube is for. This does not have the similar mechanism. This operates on a long stroke gas piston, which recoils hard, but it's very reliable. So, let me just get this opened up. Oh my gosh, that's hard to push out. I'm going to push out a breakdown pin on the back, and it's being a little bit of a son of a bitch. Do I have something I can push this out with? Oh wait, I have a pencil right here. That's gonna be that's not the right size. Will this be the right size? Nope, that's gonna break if I push on it.
How does it feel to shoot this gun?
This
compared to the others?
Well, for one thing, it's a lot heavier. For another thing, it does recoil. It has more recoil, but you're also like you have a heavier assembly, so that eats up some of the recoil, and you have like a better system for firing because you can two-hand this thing. You can put the sling on it. Basically, I can't show it off really, but you can put the sling around your body and then push the gun away from you until the sling is taut. What's expected battery life for the flashlight? No idea, but I haven't had a charge in a long time, so I'd say a long time. Anyways, you push against the sling, you push the gun out until the sling is taut, and that actually helps with like keeping the gun steady and handling the recoil. I want to put a stock on this, but the stock assembly is expensive, so I haven't been able to buy one yet. And also the muzzle blast is a big issue. Like I was saying, 5.56 is meant for a 20-inch barrel. This is a 9-inch barrel. That leaves you with a lot of unburned powder. And what happens is that unburned powder hits the open air, and suddenly it's more oxygenated. So it all flashes at once. So you have this just big fireball coming out of the gun each time you shoot it. And because I have a muzzle brake on it, that fireball is being directed upwards towards my face. I am just going to go find my screwdriver or something real quick, and oh yeah, I just found another piece of my headset that fell off. I'm just going to go grab a screwdriver. Give me a second.
This streamer is very well prepared. Gotta give him that. But it is a nice gun.
I almost jabbed myself in the throat with my fucking screwdriver because I tripped while walking with it. Oh, Kira has redeemed a stretch.
Don't you have any kind of safety procedure? It's kill, tech.
Well, yeah, what were you asking while I was away? Sorry.
I did not ask anything.
Oh, okay, you said...
It's Caltech, Yana, the product of cocaine-infused delusion.
I mean, yeah, the guys are from Florida. Where are you stuck, you motherfucker? Ah, there we go. Okay, that's the takedown pin. And now... come on, just got to... okay. So, the gun is popped open now, so... I need to do a bit more stuff to get properly disassembled. Okay, so... gotta just rotate this part. There we go. Uh-oh. Alright, so that is the bolt and the bolt handle. So, this is actually very similar to how an AK works. Like, the bolt is very similar to an AK bolt, but the big difference, so with an AK, the return spring is fitted to the back. There's no return spring behind this thing, okay? It just comes back and hits the back of the frame. The spring is up here, alright? I'm going to pull on it. So inside this tube here is where the spring is. Gosh. And every time the gun fires, it pulls back, it comes back from the gas beam pushing the piston, and then the spring pulls it back forward, and that's the whole operation. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to disassemble it anymore from here, because I don't want to be dealing with it. But this is just a very simple and very robust mechanism, and I like it. I like long-stroke gas pistons. Now I gotta put this back together. And I would like to put it together on screen, but it's a little difficult to, like, finagle it up there.
Oh, and you have said that this is the gun you go out to hunt the cryptids with.
Yep.
How many times have you fired this gun?
God, I've fired this a few hundred times at least. I've burned through a lot of ammo trying to figure out how to, like, make it run properly, because when I first got it, I couldn't get it to run properly. It's a little bit finicky putting the bolt back in. I'm having some trouble with... Oh, there we go. Okay, just gotta push it forward. There we go! Hey, there we go.
How expensive is the ammo for this one?
This one actually pretty cheap. So 5.56 is the standard ammunition of the U.S. military and several other militaries on the planet. As I said, I got my ammo. Some of it is just 223 ammo, which is just the civilian variant, but you can still buy 5.56 over here. A bunch of the 5.56 I bought is milsurp stuff. So it's either stuff that the military did not buy, so the companies offloaded it on the civilian market to get their money back. In the case of the stuff I bought from Israeli weapons industries, or military industries, whichever their name was at the time, that was just stuff that the Israeli military didn't use, and it hit its shelf life for, like, what they prefer, so they just sold it to the civilian market, and I bought it. I can't remember, I think it was like 20 cents a cartridge when I bought it.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with these prices. Is this cheap?
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty cheap. By modern standards, at least, that's very cheap. Back in the day, you could probably get it for like 5 cents a cartridge, but inflation. But yeah, this is the stuff the U.S. military, like, this is the ammo and the magazines that the United States military and most members of NATO use. So, like, if for whatever reason, I were to find someone who happens to be carrying these, I can just grab their magazines and run off with them. Also, I am sweating so fucking much inside this sweatshirt right now. Like, I am dying over here. Holy shit.
Undress yourself.
No. I'll take my stretcher off after I show off the last gun, because I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'm gonna switch over to my 3D model so we can start on the questions and stuff.
Okay. If you say so, but maybe for the questions you have to show a gun again.
Gumpy, Badger's gonna fight Civil War II with a Caltech, probably. I have some. I have like a bunch of. I do have rifles I want to show off, but they don't fit on my fucking desk. I don't have enough space for them, so I can't show them off. Like, give me a second. Give me a second. Actually, I can reach it right here. Whoa! Oh my god! Like, oh shit! I just put a hole in my wall. I can't show this off.
No,
I don't have enough
room.
God damn it! I just hit my wall again. Okay, I'm putting this back up. I can't show
American walls.
I can't show off my rifle because there's not enough room on my desk for it.
No, fucking American walls.
Yeah, our American walls are fucking plaster and hopes and dreams. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm sweating so much.
Now he's undressing, finally.
No, I just unzipped.
Woohoo, yeah, unzipped.
Oh my god.
It's a step closer.
Anyways, I'm not really sure what else to say about this thing. Nyana, have you got anything you wanted to ask about this thing? You asked about me shooting cryptids with it and how much I've shot it. Gunpotato, bad Nyana. What do you mean bad Nyana? She hasn't done anything wrong. She's not rage baiting me.
But have you actually killed something with it?
I've shot it at Kyle's before. I can't remember ever actually like hit, I can't think of any instance where I've actually, like, killed something with this, so no. Hello there, Juanachu, thank you for following, and thank you for your first time chat. I just opened the fucking stream, bro.
Hey, Juanicho.
Juanachu, I think it is? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, If you're someone I know, I'm sorry, I don't recognize your Twitch name.
I think that's he's a first-time chatter, so.
Well, he's first-time chatter. Yeah, still. Where was I again? Yeah, not much else I can think of to say about
Maybe you want to introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, if you don't already know me, I am the Angry Badger. Usually I'm playing strategy and role-playing games. But today I'm having my gun show and tell and Q&A, where I'm showing off some of my handguns and answering some questions from the audience. This is my co-host, Sebastiana, the magical cat girl.
Yeah, and Warhammer VTuber.
She's also a Warhammer VTuber. She's not like my pet monkey or anything. Like, I don't keep her around. She is her own person and does her own VTubing stuff. She's usually playing, yeah, you're usually playing, like, Ostfront. We're usually playing Vintage Story on today, but, today is, show and tell thing. Who aren't you? Okay, I've never seen you before. Okay.
Yeah, usually I also stream.
Yeah. Usually she's also streaming, but she didn't have anything to stream, because she's, co-hosting my show and tell thing, so, yeah. Nothing for her to stream on her end. I guess you could be, like, painting, showing off your figurines on your stream. Come on, Yana. Don't you want to be painting
while
even
you're
more?
Showing off your guns.
Anyway, oh yeah, we'll also be playing Vintage Story tomorrow.
Oh, fuck it.
So.
How did you find out that I'm painting while doing this? Just because it's the most logical thing to do.
Anyways, yeah, no, I can't think of what else to say about myself really. If you want to catch up on my VODs, you can check out my link tree. I've got my YouTube over there, so you can check it. That's where I upload VODs and highlight videos and stuff. I've also got my Twitter. That's where I upload art that I make because I'm a 3D modeler. I'm using my PNG right now. but I'm usually using a 3D model.
Better, is this gun real?
I was gonna get that. Don't worry. And I've also got a Discord server where people can hang out with me and stuff. Anyways, as for your question, is real the gun? Yes, this is real. This is... This is 5.56 by 45mm NATO cartridges from Israel. And this is an actual magazine. And this is an actual gun that I can load the rounds... Oh, shit.
The clicking sounds pretty real.
I forgot to re-engage the gas block. Oopsie.
Don't tell me you have destroyed the gun now.
I haven't destroyed it. It's just jammed. Fuck. I have it closed, so I'm having trouble getting it unjammed. I was trying to be cool there, and I fucked up. Well, it's the first time I've ever seen a furry with a gun. Buddy, you have not been around many furries, I take it.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of
go.
furries with guns out there.
Got the safety on, just double check. Alright, let's lock that open. Get the... Oh, shit, okay. We're having some technical problems here, folks. Okay, it's empty.
Now the technical problems have us.
The bottom of the magazine tried to pop off. I was just talking about how good these magazines are, and the bottom of the magazine tried popping off. Anyways, I'm afraid, Juan, you have missed, Juan, a little warning, if I have spelling errors, I'm from Argentina. That's fine, Juan. Like, half of my audience is from Latin America, most of them Brazil, so I'm used to it. But yeah, anyways, I'm afraid, Juan, that you got here towards the end. I've already shown off most of the handguns. I only have one more to show off after this one. I guess like after I show off the last one, I could do like another run of them just to like, in case anyone has any remaining questions to ask. But yeah, I will put this away and I will get our last gun that I'm going to show off. I'll be back.
Alrighty. Rooster Badger. Very easily rage baited, by the way. If you ever feel the need to. Otherwise, this is my job. Because, yeah, as he said, we usually play Vintage Story.
Okay, well, so here's the last gun, but also Nyana got her wish because, holy fuck, it's only 40 degrees, but I'm still too hot. You know, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. But Nyana got her wish because I took my jacket off because I'm too hot. So here we go, folks. Bare arms now.
Awesome shoulder arms. Show your hairy arms, please.
Kira just redeemed a pet play, though. So, yeah. Just asked me to call Kira, it seems. So I don't know, like, to call Kira a good boy or good girl. I don't know which they prefer. I'll just go, good Kira. Who's my good Kira? You're a good little pet, aren't you? Yes, you are. Who's my good pet? Yes, you are, Kira. Yes, you are. Anyways,
awesome, Kira. I wouldn't have thought you do this.
Anyways, Zine, yes, this is a Derringer. I kept the smallest, funniest gun for last. I'm going to say outright, this is a novelty item, okay? This is a novelty item. It's so fucked up and stupid. Also, hold on, yeah, here we go. We know who to blame for it, too. Let me get this up in the camera. Can you guys read that? I'm trying to get... Come on, focus.
The eye doesn't focus. Please. This is suffering looking at this.
Come on, focus!
It doesn't focus when you put it closer. Put it further away and put your other hand behind it also. Damn it, Badger.
It's just reflecting light now!
Or just tell us, please.
It says made in Germany.
Oh, cool.
Hey, there we go! It came through clear for a second. Face it badge ain't gonna read well, yeah. It came through for a second, so you can see it's made in Germany, so we have Nyana to blame for this fucking thing. This is a 22 long rifle Derringer. It breaks open, you load the rounds directly into the chambers, you close it, you lock it, and it's a single action trigger, which, with how... I can get one finger around this, okay? I want you to see, I get one finger on the grip, one finger on the trigger. It is so hard to get the amount of leverage you need to pull that hammer back. Anyways, I'm not going to dry fire it because it's a 22, so if I do that, it'll break the firing pins. And it's
what is dry firing?
What's up? Oh, dry firing is like dropping the hammer without a round in the chamber.
Oh.
So, give me a second. I'll grab a 22 to show. What we got here?
Mo is going to bed fired. Oh, Mo.
Okay, so I've got here one of the 380 rounds and a 22 long rifle round, okay? This is a tiny little thing. Tiny, tiny, tiny. So, on the back of these cartridges... Come on, focus. So, the 380 has a primer. You'll see that the 22 is just smooth on the back, okay? That's because the 22 does what's called rim fire, okay? It doesn't have a primer back there. The whole back of it is a primer. And what it is when it's sitting in the chamber, the pin hits the rim of the cartridge, the casing back here. And it crushes it between the wall of the chamber and the hammer, or the pin, rather. And that's what fires it. So if you don't have it in there, what happens is the pin just hits the wall of the chamber, and it breaks. So that's why you can't dry fire 22s. It doesn't
sound good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound good. And they're also a pain in the ass to change out, too. Oh yeah, this one even has a broken, like, the grip is broken, like, this is how the grip's supposed to look. This is how one side of it looks. Oh, crap, did I just break? Oh no, that was... handling this thing, I keep thinking, oh no, did I just break something on it? No. I don't remember this, like, metal circle being up here, either. Like, I legitimately don't remember that being there. I don't know why that's there. But also, so, like... This gun has a crossbar safety, which I can actually show off here, okay? So the idea is that when it's in this position, it's fireable, and when it's in this position, it's supposed to be safe. Actually, I have to pull the hammer back a bit to be able to put it into safety. It doesn't work, though. Actually, can I even get this pushed back into a proper... Okay, yeah, that's as far as it goes. So that is supposed to stop the hammer from going forward. I will dry fire this once to show why it doesn't work. Once it's... got a good read there, yeah. The safety just moved itself out of the way when the hammer fell. So, the safety does nothing.
Awesome.
Anyway, so you'd have 2 rounds in it. a very difficult single action hammer. Very anemic rounds too, because these are just 22, right? It's very small. This is for shooting rats. These are also unrifled barrels. Like, I think I might be able to show that off. Can I... Where's my light? It's so difficult trying to figure this out. Yeah, you might be able to see, these are unrifled. So, if you try shooting these, you're not going to hit whatever you're aiming at.
Awesome, another awesome piece of technology.
Yeah,
there.
so you can't even say,
German
oh, this
quality.
is a good like pocket pistol of any kind, okay? This is a novelty item. This is a funny gun that you just like have because it's funny. That's it. That's the only justification for this thing's existence. I don't know where my dad got it from.
I'm laughing my ass off.
I don't know where my dad got it from. I think he picked it up at a gun show for like $50. And yeah, that makes the last gun to show off for today. Actually, wait, I think I might have one more. Give me a hot second to check. I'm gonna put these away. Okay, I thought I had one more show off, but I can't find it. So I guess that's it. If anyone has like questions, wants me to bring anything else back out, I guess now's the time for it before I turn the camera off and we switch over to answering questions.
Why do we have a glass table?
Because this is the desk my dad bought me years back.
Okay.
All right.
How many times have you shot this novelty gun that you just said?
Oh, that novelty gun? Maybe like 100 times or so. It's very slow to reload and very awkward to operate, so it's just a funny gun to show off to friends. Callie, why are you so cool? You know, I just am. But you're supposed to save that for the Q&A section. Yeah, so if... hey there, Luna! Good to see you! Badger has hands! Yeah, I'm showing off my hands, my hairy ass arms for 2 more seconds because I'm turning the camera off in a second. But good to see you, Luna. Kira, what's the average price of a gun? That is a big question, because guns vary in price wildly. Like, that one gun I showed off was like my high point, that's like $200 these days. But then you've got other handguns that go up to like $2,500. It's crazy. And legs! Yes, I am showing off legs! And showing off feet, too! The glass desk is doing a whole lot of work today. Oh shit, I can't get my legs down. I'm stuck. Fuck.
Does it mean that you're fat?
No, I lack flexibility. Shit.
I mean the part with the desk is...
My legs are gonna be heavy. Come on, Callie, we're blessed. Yeah, too bad Ben Man's not here. He'd be enjoying the feet cam. Today's a glorious day. Okay, my hands smell like gunmetal, and I don't like that, so I need to go wash them up. I'm gonna turn my camera off, get other stuff set up. Yana, can you do a little dance for the audience to entertain them until I get back?
I can try.
Also, I realized I just realized how small I made you for this. I should have made you bigger earlier, but anyways, don't recommend fire. Oh yeah, recommended firearm for first time buyer can be one you own or honestly the high point. Like people shit on me for recommending the high point, but the high point is just cheap and simple to operate, and it's a good way to figure out what you like and don't like about firearms, so you can find one that's a better fit for you. Anyways, I am going to put on my be right back thing. I think Nyana's pop-up should be ahead of it. Yep, okay. And I'm going to turn off my... Where am I? There we go. I'll be back eventually. Maybe.
Ja. Ja, gute Frage. Was man hier reden kann. And yeah. Of course, we would like to have feedback after the stream, or maybe now if you want. What can we improve if we ignore the camera quality? Because this is something definitely be improved. I don't know so much about guns, so I couldn't ask too many questions. Oh, I'm already answering a question. Yeah, it is. Maybe Lee would have been a better co-host, because he knows more about guns, or maybe Uzian. And it was pretty good. I was painting in the meantime, just some simple stuff, but at the moment I'm painting something very high. But I think I'm going to reveal in the stream what I'm doing. I'm trying out a new technique. I kind of need to try out for this model that I'm currently painting, but it's some high-level painter stuff, so takes a lot of effort. I mean, if you showed stuff about the hobby, you're probably kind of guessing what I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, it was fun. It was also fun seeing little bit more on seeing something of Badger. Also his stories, viewing his stories. And Badger is generally a very cool person to be around. And a person I can easily vibe with. As you may guess, I love working with him. I mean, working quotation mark. I'm glad he didn't yeah. And it looked kind of critical there for a little moment. Next time, we gotta improve a little bit on that and prepare the stream. I mean, Badger threw around the idea of doing some shooting stream, and I would be down for it if I would if I were to visit him. Teaching a European how to shoot, how to be American, so to say. But I was actually anxious when he almost did it.
I'm back.
I'm
hello. I'm just getting Warudo set up.
I've asked for feedback, and it looks like
Oh, I thought you said feet pick, not
the
feedback
ND stuff feedback, yeah, and the ND stuff was the thing that made people anxious the most.
Don't worry, guys. I didn't negligent discharge.
But yeah, please take a little bit more care. I'm sounding like a Karen or something like that, but please.
It's okay.
Badger.
Listen, yeah, I
only have one life.
Listen, I just spend every morning playing around with them like they're toys. Come on, that's not gonna happen.
And hey, Adisha, how are you doing? But still Badger. Please be more careful. Also, the story you just told with the screwdriver. Please be fucking more careful.
You know, I'm gonna wear the bunny suit.
That's what he does after I tell him to be more careful. Folks, we are not going to win with him.
Yeah,
I don't know if he has the equipment for streaming outdoors.
No, I need a cameraman for one thing. My motion tracking does not want to cooperate. Come on, camera, pick me up. Okay, let's see.
But I would totally get some kind of Sailor Moon cosplay for that.
I will take... Hey,
there we go. Something cool for clips.
I'm just going to move myself a little off to the side here. There we go. Am I coming through clearly for everyone?
There Badger is. Look at him.
Hello, everyone.
By the way, Badger, I liked the picture you did for your community post. I got my ran. I like the post. And by the way, what is that for background? But what are these backgrounds?
It's
just random galaxies.
It's just some random art I downloaded a while back. I can't remember from where.
Or can you please send me these backgrounds? And for me, they would be very high valuable. And probably you downloaded that before everything was. Oh, you have to pay for that, and all is watermarked. If you would send them to me, I would be very, very, very grateful.
Could you remind me?
You know what I mean?
Could you remind me after stream, please?
Okay.
I'll try and remember. But yeah. Well, I should be able to send them over to you. Anyways, let me just catch up on chat myself. We got hands and feet reveal, said Callie. Zine, okay, yeah, we got, I point to... Badger, oh yeah, Luna said Badger's an iron wire like me, we both lack flexibility. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry some of you didn't... also, hi there, Deja. Good to see you. I'm sorry some of you didn't get here until now after all that's over, but we still have the Q&A ahead of us, so there's that. Look at Badger, Destroyer of Worlds. I remember that, like, those animations people are, like... You ever see just, like, the weird, like, giantess animations people make? I remember one of them was like that, what was her name? What was that, HoloLive VTuber? She was active for like a month and then she, like, quit. She had the, like, the humongous hungabalungas, and she was, like, galaxy themed. I can't remember her name. Like, someone did, like, her sitting on the Earth or something and leaving a giant crater.
I have to admit, this is some kind of weird fetish shit I've also been seeing in, certain porn phase. Yep. I just don't get it.
Yana with her weird German porn against Senna. I want to say
it's not it's no, it's what it wasn't the Jinshi saw. Not German.
Yeah, she was tan or dark tan. I don't really know what the term is for the like particular skin color. I remember. Now I'm reminded of a different thing. It was like a spread of like different like skin colors given different names, and the only one I remember right now is California Gold. And thank you, Luna, for redeeming a stretch. Let me just. Oh, okay, that was just me popping my neck. Sorry.
Oh, you can see the stretch very, very nicely.
Yeah, it was. Did you want to see that while I had the camera?
Maybe a changing background. Maybe a changing background is a little bit off-putting. Maybe something that doesn't blend in too much with your color scheme. But I don't
really.
I mean, you can ask questions in between.
I'm out of water. Damn.
If.
Now, do you also need to go get some water or no?
Not really.
Understandable. Okay. Give me a just give me. Oh shit! I need to fix this now. Okay, this is not what that's supposed to say. Maybe I just need to change how it's arranged. I'm trying to set up the text field for like putting the questions in.
And even why are you setting up a text field?
So we have the question up on the screen, and then I can like that's
you
like
want a question on the stream.
Yeah, I can post a question up on the screen, and then, like, because it's there, it's not wanting to fit in properly.
So you want to do... So you want to do every question?
Yeah, I was going to answer all the questions. We didn't get very many. But first, I'm just going to run and just get a little bit more water, because I'm very thirsty, and I'm out of water suddenly.
Okay.
So I will try and be back quickly.
I actually also need water, but I let him get water first. Because he's sweating like crazy, he said. Yeah, Luna, you get something to eat. Yeah, maybe you should see a doctor. I mean, a doctor not accessible on foot, that's always shit. I have the luck not living in a little bit bigger town where I can just go to the hospitals, the egg hospital, and they have a doctor there. But yeah, I feel you there a little bit. I hope you don't have any pain though. I don't know how the healthcare situation at France is. Don't have a car, forgot to add that. I also hope it's not serious. I mean, I had a problem where I had a stomach ache, like a pretty strong one, and I was I got 2 days off for that, but it continued to be there, and one day it just went away, and that was also, by the way, one of the reasons as I oh, there you are.
Sorry, what was I interrupting?
Let me check. I think I still have something to drink.
Luna, I should go eat. It's like having to remind myself to do so. Hunger feeling is just gone since my intestinal problem. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you did. Oh yeah, you picked up a convention flu, didn't you? Right.
Well, fertig runtergeladen.
Here's hoping you get better,
Let's
Luna.
watch the wipe here.
I hope things get better for you. Also, Luna, wasn't that con from 3 weeks? Oh yeah, no. If this is going on for 3 weeks after the con, then you might actually need to see a doctor.
Yeah, you totally should.
I won't make any assumptions of what you did at the con, but like that is sounding like a stomach parasite. Anyways, I set up. By the way, my text field is still titled Cobain counter from when I originally made it for playing. The con cold is gone though. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, my text field I have is still called Cobain counter because it's from when I was playing that game Buckshot Roulette. Anyways, here we go. So the first question. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention Yana talking about the like shoot. Sorry, I'm trying to get my brain together. So like first off, we were talking about the. You're talking about like the doing a shooting stream or video sometime, and like I would like to do that. I just need like someone to like help out with that and stuff. But it would be very cool, Nyana, to be able to like do like a shooting video with like you or maybe like Lee and some other people too.
I mean, would be. I would have get to get a decent cosplay for that. Well, not a decent cosplay, fitting cosplay. So you can see a magical girl with gun.
Tactical,
I think that would be a nice gimmick.
Excuse me.
1 second there.
Oh, do you have to go with some water?
No. Can you please make us space after the double point and following one?
Oh,
otherwise I'm going to get crazy.
Oh! I didn't know. I didn't see that. My bad. So give me a second. I will just because that's I just copy and paste it into there. So
I thought you would do some kind of projection. Thank you.
So now to point out that we didn't get many questions for this, but I only had this forum up for a week because I could have had it up longer to get more questions, but people really wanted me to do this stream, so I figured that I should get it done sooner rather than later, you know? But anyways, so...
I don't think that's the issue, but...
you want to read the questions?
I want to ask the questions.
Alright, you do it. You do it.
you are you are definitely not asking the questions because you're getting the questions. I hope you've read them before because I hope you have an answer for them.
I read them somewhat. I didn't think about them much.
The first question: How you made your avatar?
So I made I'm presuming this is asking about the software I use. I use VOD Studio. A lot of the stuff isn't. VOD Studio does a lot of the heavy lifting, because it gives you a rigged model, and then you can expand upon that. But it basically just gives you a mannequin. You have to do all the drawing and stuff yourself. A lot of the stuff I've had to do is I use GIMP for drawing. For actually pose, so for this motion capture, I used to use VMagic Mirror, which is a very lightweight program. I moved up to Warudo because it had some more options, and I could swap models more smoothly. And then for the oh yeah, Nyana just saying I get in between. Okay. Anyways, for the for the art pieces I do, I use VRM Posing Desktop. It's a paid but very cheap 3D software that, again, it just helps with doing the heavy lifting, so I don't have to go into Blender and play fuck games.
How long does it take to make such a model?
It varies. It varies a lot. Your model, your 3D model I made, I think I made that from scratch in 3 days. I think it was, right? And even after that, I did I keep doing updates on it. Well, no, I think it was when you asked me to do it, and then it was 3 days later I had it ready. I think it was. I think that was the case. In terms of the model I'm using now, I think it was a day to draw this skin. Maybe I don't remember exactly. But I made my first model in 2022, and I've just been updating that ever since. Excuse me. And my first
question adjacent to that.
Yep.
Would you wear something like that in real life?
Will I wear a bunny suit in real life? I don't think so. I don't think I have the figure for it, for one thing.
Why? Get the figure.
Listen, I'm trying to do my workouts, but I'm. Anyways, Nyana really what? Nyana's just really been pushing to see me in less clothing today. What's up?
I'm just asking. But okay, if you're okay with that, we are moving on to the next question.
Just give me a hot second, because I think my lip sync broke again. Sorry. It's just okay. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. Huh? It's reading a lot of incoming. Oh no. Huh. Testing. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's up with this. It's not reading my my mouth actually opening, but I guess the lip sync itself is working properly, so yeah. Sorry for that. Well, yeah, do you want to read the next question, or did you have something else?
What's your thoughts on lever action rifles?
Lever action rifles are cool, but expensive. Even back in the day when they were the most relevant form of rifle, they were still very expensive. They're very mechanically complex.
And what's your favorite one?
Honestly, I don't play with them. I do have, when I was a kid, my dad got me a Red Ryder BB gun. Not an actual firearm, but still it is a lever action gun, technically. But in that case, the lever is mostly just charging a spring to, discharge the BB with. I also shot my father's lever action rifle. It's a 30-30. I haven't shot in a long time because 30-30 is just very expensive cartridge. It's not... It's a similar situation to 45 Long Colt I explained earlier. It doesn't, like, it's not very widespread, so there's not much reason to manufacture it. I can't say I really have a favorite lever action, though. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, I don't think about having a lever action very often, just because they're outside my price range most of the time. I would like to get a lever action to play with, like something like a mare's leg. Mare's leg is the term for, like, a shortened lever action rifle. That would be cool. But as it stands, nothing comes to mind.
To play with.
Mm-hmm.
Ha 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 ha.
Alright, I will pull up the next question.
Next question is very concerning.
Yeah, Gun Potato asked me, have you tried not being poor?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't occur to me, you know? Alright, next question's up.
Oh, but these background pictures are awesome.
I'll try and remember to send them to you.
Are you made? Okay, next question. Are you made out of cheese?
No, I am not.
Can you prove it?
I mean, I was showing my hands earlier, like, I'm not made of cheese.
But maybe underneath these heads, there's cheese.
We are not cutting into me to find out if I'm made of cheese, okay? Zian, Baz just cocking his lever during his own.
What's your favorite cheese?
My favorite cheese is sharp cheddar. Like when I make those like pork chop sliders, I'm always using slices of sharp cheddar.
Okay.
Gun Potato, bite him, Yana. You know what? I'm okay with Yana biting me. Yeah, she that's how we can test it. Okay, Yana, get over here, bite me. You'll test if I'm made of cheese.
Well, I would have to bite something that big that I can actually taste it. And I would have to bite it out of you. So I don't know if you want that.
No, Yana, you're not getting a pound of flesh. Anyway, well, taste good. I mean, I'll give you a pound of flesh, but you don't get to keep it.
I would say that. Once it's in my mouth, it's gone.
All right. I don't imagine we're gonna get much more out of that question, so I'll move on to the next one. If I can get the fucking text thing selected. Next question.
Why are you a furry?
Why'd you say like the guy that goes, "Why are you gay?" Anyway.
I think that's kind of the vibe of the question.
So honestly, my the furry model I'm currently using was made at Nyana's request, so you can blame her for this specifically. Luna, Callie, why are you running?
You. This is not an answer because you were a furry before that. You had a furry model before that. You're making it look like I requested you to be a furry, and that's really false.
Yeah, Zian is saying bullshit badge. You had a furry model prior, so I don't know what spurred me to make the furry Amazonian. Oh wait, no. I remember now. Or wait, do it. Okay, so I remember when I was playing Laika Age Through Blood. That is a game about basically ethnic conflict through the lens of furries. And I made a furry model for that.
What the fuck?
And I can't remember why I kept going.
Can you say the name again?
Laika, Laika. You know, like the Russian dog that got sent to space.
Yeah.
Age Through Blood. It's a side-scroller platformer game where you drive a motorcycle through a Mad Max-style apocalypse.
Oh, and then I was hoping to partake in okay.
Partake in what? What do you mean?
Uninteresting.
Wait.
Nothing.
The plot. I have to. Yeah, I bought the whole fucking game and I played it on stream a while back. I couldn't get through all of it because it has some technical issues later on into the game because So the whole is a platformer, but where you're driving a motorcycle. So everything is about momentum and driving and like maneuvering on a motorcycle instead of just walking. Who the fuck just texted me? I swear to God. Oh, it's an email. Anyways,
it's a new map.
anyways, yes, the game is very awkward to maneuver around in, and it gets more complex as you continue.
The premise sounds a little bit awkward, I have to say.
Sorry, what was that?
And the premise looks very awkward, I have to say, and it looks and the enemies I'm seeing are also a kind of furry. So
yeah, it's I don't know. All the enemies are birds, and you are playing as a furry. That's why I described it as ethnic conflict through a lens of furries.
It's interesting. It's an I haven't thought about that.
It is.
Furries are the most oppressed race here.
I'm gonna say this. The game is absolutely carried by its soundtrack. Okay, the music. God, I can't think of her name right now. But the person who made the music is incredible. Okay, her songs are incredible. I love them so much. The only problem that comes up with them is that you'll be stuck in one area for a long time that has like a 2-minute theme, and you hear that playing on for hours, and it drives you insane.
Oh no.
That is the singular flaw with on the sound on the musician's side, is that their tracks aren't like spread out enough.
Does it have much text?
There's no voice acting, so it's all text, but there's not. They keep things fairly brief. Like, you're typically reading like a one-sentence blurb at a time.
I put it on my wish list.
Yeah. Just acknowledge that you're getting about maybe halfway through the game, and then you're gonna hit the wall. I'm
hitting always the wall.
Anyways, I'm trying to think like the furry stuff before that. I guess I could be accused of being a furry before that even. I've never had like a suit or anything.
But how have you gotten to be furry?
Honestly, if I had to, oh God, I'm trying to think like where it would start at. Now, I want to remind you, I'm not a big fan of Sonic, but I guess my first exposure would be the Shadow the Hedgehog video game and the Sonic Mega Collection that my dad got me on the GameCube when I was a kid.
It's always Sonic.
Shut up.
It's always Sonic.
Shut up.
For these people. He's a first generation furry. Do you have a fursuit?
No, I don't have a fursuit. I just said that, woman.
Okay, thank you.
Also,
and you also don't have a diaper fetish.
No, thank God. Yeah, I'm just switching my position quick just to, The earlier position was not working out so well.
Yeah, it looks like you're just floating through space.
Yeah, I'm just floating in space.
I just hope you don't. I just hope you at one point, don't stop faking.
Zian, childhood cartoon video games featuring furries. How else would one be awakened to being furry? I'm trying to think of the best way to explain. So, for a while, for a brief period, like after I'd already established myself as the Badger VTuber, I considered rebranding into a Bat VTuber because like my childhood obsession with bats suddenly reawakened. When I was a kid, I loved bats. Like, I thought they were adorable. I loved reading up on them a lot.
He's Batman.
I did like Batman, as it happens. I did not like Batman very much. But, like...
I mean, Batman is more about the fear of bats, but yeah.
But, like...
That explains it.
But, yeah, no, like, I was really into bats, and it was around that time that I discovered the animated series Silverwing and the accompanying novelizations. Or rather, it's the novels that got a animation adaptation, but still. Silverwing is about bats. Yana, have you ever heard of a series called Guardians of Ga'Hoole?
Heard probably.
So, Guardians of Ga'Hoole is about owls. Basically, this really autistic woman wanted to talk about owls, so she made a fantasy setting about owls so that she could talk about them. Silverwing is somewhat similar. A guy was really autistic about bats, suddenly, so he decided to write a fantasy series about bats so that he could talk about them. Well, Luna, bats are cute. Saw the movie, not the book. Yeah, you are forgiven for not reading the books. There's over 20 of them. Silverwing's not quite so
20
dense.
books is nothing if you if you know of the
Oh my
Warrior Cats universe.
I can't believe I didn't think about the fucking Warriors, the Warriors series. Who here remembers Warriors, guys?
What kind of warriors do you mean? The Warrior Cats?
Yes, the Warrior Cats. I remember, like, my first exposure to tabletop roleplay gaming was in the back of one of the Warrior Cats books. Was rules for playing a Warrior Cats tabletop role-playing game.
Awesome.
Zian, I'm not a furry.
I have to admit, I've never read Warrior Cats. I just
it's once again
read through some manga we have at the library.
Once again, an autistic person wanted to talk about cats, so they made a fantasy setting about cats.
And it's actually an alpha group, but I when I was in school for my job, I had a classmate and she was very obsessed about Warrior Cats. Even at the book fair, we were at one of their exposés, and we let ourselves be photographed as cats.
Luna read the first book, saw the ending coming, couldn't continue. I can't even remember the first book. I know I read a few of them, but I didn't get into it much. But yeah, anyways, as for, like, I did read through Silverwing, which is a considerably shorter series. It's like, I think 3 main books, and the first book was adapted into the animated television show. Which I try and press gang my friends into watching Silverwing with me just to expose them to bat furry propaganda, but also because, like, it's such a scuffed animation it's got a lot of scuff, but then you also see, like, the parts of it where people, like, the voice actors were just really enjoying their time there, like, they had a lot of fun with it. But then it's also, like, very, like, it's kind of funny from a meta perspective, like, ending it, and it's very clear that they meant to make another season, and they never did, because this came out in, like, 2001, and it was fucking canceled afterwards. Luna, fantasy. Not sure Warrior Cat is fantasy, but again, couldn't the Warrior Cat series has magic in it. It is fantasy in the most literal way possible. But yeah, no, to answer the original question, I guess my earliest exposure to being a furry was the Silverwing cartoon. That was just the earliest I can think of. Oh!
What do you think to say?
I just remembered, Callie. What genre of games or games haven't you played but would like to? I can't really think of them. I can't think of any, like... But if I don't play a genre of games, it's usually because I just don't really care about that. I don't play horror. Like, I don't play horror games because I can't stand horror very much. But, like,
So you're easily frightened.
Yes, I'm easily... Yana, like, you get me upset constantly. Like, what are you talking about? But I just remembered...
Frightened, not upset.
I just remembered. No, I just remembered my other exposure to furry stuff. So, when I was a kid, I went to a Catholic school. And they...
Oh, no.
I'm not going to say which Catholic school... I don't want to say which Catholic school because I don't want to dox myself, but the mascot was a lion, and they had, like, a lot of lion imagery around. And in the main hall of the school, there was a mural stretching the entire hall. The entire length of the hall. And it was, you know, like, scenes from Jesus' life, but all of it was painted through the lens of, like, everyone was an anthropomorphic lion. So, like you had, like, Mary and Joseph as lions with baby lion Jesus in the manger. You had, like, lion Jesus turning water into wine. You had lion Jesus on the cross. You had lion Jesus rising from the grave. Callie, yep, I feel, buddy. I played Dead Space with Benny Hill theme because I couldn't stand horror. Luna, well, this is not the saint with the animal head. That is Saint Christopher. Specifically Saint Christopher the dog head. Which I guess that I guess they would have, like, done, like, I guess our mascot would have been a dog, but yeah, our mascot was a lion because the Catholic school was dedicated to a saint who was associated with lions.
That sounds really much like Narnia. They've read too much Narnia or something like that.
I mean, yeah, Narnia was on the like reading list, and they had the old Narnia movies that BBC did. I never watched them though.
These ones are cool.
They had like the box set for them, but I never watched them. I did watch the Narnia, like the new Narnia movies. Callie, the line of Narnia is supposed to be Jesus is like in the fucking Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Aslan literally just says, "Yeah, I'm in your world too. You just know me by a different name because I'm Jesus, guys." Narnia wasn't liked by Tolkien. What? No, oh yeah, I know. I named some stuff for a second. I mean, his canon, yeah. Yeah, Tolkien. So basically, C.S. Lewis. Lewis wrote Narnia just to fuck with Tolkien, basically. Callie, Aslan. Yeah, no, it's so like the Turkish word is Arslan, but that has an unfortunate pronunciation, so he dropped the R from it. Oh, hey there, Shadow.
Arslan.
Yo, Badger, and the Goblin.
Hey, Shadow. Yeah, sadly you missed the best part.
Yeah, sorry, Shadow. I was showing off the guns earlier, but the VOD will be up, so you can watch all that stuff if you like. I don't want to set
at the moment we are going over all the questions I cooked up for Badger.
Not you cooked up. It was people. Actually, wait. Did you submit some of these? I can't remember. Because I know you didn't submit some of these.
I can openly admit on stream most of them I actually cooked up.
Oh, okay. Gun Potato. Guess who just won the Desert Eagle? Is it Gun Potato? Oh, Shadow. I was looking a bit. Okay. Well, still, sorry you weren't able to interact earlier. Anyways, I guess I don't really have much else to say about being a furry, so I guess I should line up the next question.
Yeah, please do.
Please, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
See you, Fliegen.
Okay,
that's your question.
Next question.
Are you in a relationship with Nyana? What an interesting question. That's not one I wrote actually.
Yeah.
We have a role bet for what a curious fuck.
So I'm presuming the spirit of the question is, am I in a romantic relationship with Nyana? In which case the answer is no.
The answer is actually no, yeah.
Yeah, if that is the spirit of the question. Now, in taking the question more literally, am I in a relationship with Nyana? Nyana and I are friends, and a friendship is a relationship. So technically, yes, you could say we are in a relationship.
And we are only friends for 4 months or something like that.
I don't remember.
And it feels like a longer time, I have to admit.
I mean, that's basically what happens with me. Is
playing so much instantly.
Once I become close friends with someone, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you've been around forever. Yeah, no, everyone's posting the ellipses. Gun Potato says, answer carefully. Shadow, damn, Yana's already with Lee. Yeah, sorry, Lee, I'm stealing Yana from you.
I'm not very well guarded secrets, to be honest. What Shadow just commented.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I really have to stretch.
nothing more to say about this.
Yeah, not really much else to say about it. Sorry. Okay. I will pull up the next question.
The next question
Shadow,
is
you can keep the goblin. I am good. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, next question is up.
What is the gun you shot the most shots out of?
So, thinking on it, I wasn't able to show it off today because it's a rifle, so it wouldn't fit on my desk. But one of the first guns my dad got me was a Ruger 1022, which is just a little carbine. You typically see it given to kids and stuff around over here because they're usually made as a youth model.
Given to kids?
Yeah. I think my dad gave me mine when I was 12, I want to say. So it's just a little 22 rifle.
What the fuck? And why are giving you guns to kids?
To teach them how to use them.
What the fuck?
And like...
but kids, but you can't trust kids. What if they point the gun at you and shoot?
That's when you smack them.
They have no responsibility. I would shoot back.
That's why you give them an unloaded gun and you teach them how they're supposed to use it first. And then you give them bullets.
Okay, but whatever. But still, I mean, at least it's unloaded. But still, if a kid would ever shoot a gun in my direction, it wouldn't matter if it was intentional or not. I would fucking shoot back.
Shadow reminds me of Poland. Gun potato. The European mind cannot comprehend this. Zian, you teach them discipline normally before.
And the European mind literally can't.
Yeah. Okay. So but the thing is, before my dad,
European mind literally can't comprehend this. I have to say.
Before my dad gave me the 22, he gave me that Red Ryder BB gun, and he taught me how to like handle a gun with that first before he gave me the 22. Ooh. And like. He used to take me to this, like, shooting, not competition, I'm trying to think what the term would be for it. Basically, it's just, like, a big shooting event, so, like, people could show up, and, like, do a lot of target shooting together. And he took me to a few of those events, so I probably fired off, like, maybe 1,000 rounds or more through my 1022. It was all part of this, like, it was at a range, but it wasn't, like, just us going to the range. It was just going to a special, like, a special event for teaching people how to like shoot guns and stuff. It was part of this like whole Project Appleseed. That's what it was called. It was a whole like American militia sort of thing.
Interesting.
But yeah, so if I had to take a guess, it's either my Ruger 1022 or my High Point in 45 auto that I've shot the most rounds through. And not much else to say about that, so I guess I will pull up the next question. We do have to speed this up a little bit.
Okay.
Because we're in our last hour.
Can you show your gun with a special ammo?
I am going to guess that they're talking about the Nagant revolver that I showed off earlier, the one with the uncircumcised cartridges. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but yeah. I don't know if I can't interpret what this question actually.
Yeah, I'm guessing they say, can you show your gun with the special ammo? I think that's what it was supposed to mean.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, that I'm imagining that they're talking about my Nagant revolver, the one with the bullet recessed into the casing, so that it has a gas seal. The Nagant revolver like blew up in popularity because of the game Hunt Showdown, because it's featured in there, even though it's not really like the time period or place for it to be featured. Because like the game takes place in it's like, okay, this is just me This is me ranting. I'm sorry. So Hunt Showdown originally took place in 1895. And they had guns like the Mauser C96, which did not come out until a year afterwards. But then they also had the Nagant revolver, which also did not enter production until 1896, and also just was not outside of Russia in that time period, like even after it entered like production. And so then they moved the game forward to 1896 instead of 1895, but that still doesn't make those guns available because the C96 didn't enter production until 1897. And the Nagant revolver was only in production in Russia and only in circulation in Russia. Who the fuck just texted me again? Oh, it's my dad. He's out of the pool. Anyways, the Nagant 1895 wasn't in like circulation outside of Russia, and even then, like the models they show off in the game just didn't fucking exist because they split into the standard and the officer model. But with the way the Nagant revolver was, so they for a brief period, for a few hundred, I think like a dozen like pistols were made that were single action only. And they abandoned that idea and they decided to make all of them double action, single action. But the game acts like there's just a million single action Nagant revolvers just floating around. Because the devs are stupid assholes and I hate them. Anyways. Nothing else to say on that. I guess I'll pull up the next question.
What a rant.
Yeah, sorry. I just get incensed about the cowboy game that got fucking ruined because the developers are stupid assholes and I hate them. Oh shit, I need to shrink this back down.
How big is your biggest gun?
So I think I'm wondering like how to answer this. Certainly my heaviest rifle is my M1 Garand. That's a big, heavy gun. It's chambered in 30-06. In terms of bore width, it would probably be like my 12 gauge. Luna, I did not understand. My English level on gun is shit. You have to specify which part you didn't understand. I'm sorry. I don't know what to explain if I don't know what you didn't understand. I'm sorry. But right, yeah, like in terms of bore width, it would probably be my 12 gauge. In terms of like rifled bore, I do have a muzzleloader that is 50. That is a 50 caliber. Shadow, just get the MG42. God, I fucking wish. Oh, Luna, the Russian gun. Yeah. Okay, so okay, so I was talking about my grandfather earlier, and the trouble he had with the the American military like abandoning him in Europe, and he had to pay his way back. I didn't mention earlier. Part of the way he paid his way back was that he and his squad mates would go onto like American military bases over there and just steal equipment and then sell them on the black market.
What the fuck?
Because, like, I mean, they weren't really given any other options. And at the end of it all, my grandfather, he, like, had a lot of stuff that he brought with him back to America. A lot of, like, old machine guns and stuff, mostly. He did not... So, he wasn't the only person doing this. So, over here in America, there was suddenly a, like, massive market. How the fuck did the American Army abandon soldiers in Europe? They just did not care to bring them back. They did not want to, like... Even though it wouldn't have cost as much to do it, they just did not want to go through the costs. So they just abandoned a lot of soldiers. And they had to pay their own way back. It's not mentioned a lot. Anyways, so when my grandfather had those machine guns and stuff, they were everywhere at the time. So their value was very low. So he was doing stuff like trading them for, like, trucks or, like, lesser firearms. Like... One of his, like, 22 rifles, he traded I think a grease gun for that. A grease gun is in the M3A1 grease gun, not like an actual grease gun. Apparently he had a few German machine guns. I don't remember, like, the specification, but they were either MP40s or MG42s or something like that, and he traded those away to get, like, a new truck and a new tractor and stuff like that. He didn't hang on to any of them, unfortunately. And a few other guns that he had were destroyed because my grandmother had early onset dementia, and she got angry one day and set them on fire. So he just threw them out afterwards.
Oof.
But yeah. If things had been a little different, maybe my grandfather would have left me an MG42. But as it stands, he did leave me his pocket revolver, which he dropped into a lake once while fishing and just threw it in his tackle box and never touched it again, so now it's just rusted out and destroyed. And he also left me his Mauser K98K that he brought back from Europe.
Real cool.
So that is one of the guns that he stole and actually held on to. Unfortunately, he did damage it some because he cut part of the stock off to lighten it for hunting. But still, he at least didn't just fucking giga-fuck it like so many bubbas do. Anyways, yeah, that's... In terms of, like, modern, like, rifle cartridges, I guess my biggest round would either be 8mm Mauser, the K98 is chambered in that my grandfather left me. And then I also have an 8x 56mm. That is my Steyr Mannlicher rifle. That's all. That's also an 8mm, of course. I don't really know what I was saying there. I guess I'll move on to the next one. Let me pull up the picture. Just put up the question quick.
Which guns which guns you would like to get?
Right now, the gun I've been obsessing over is a Charter Arms Pitbull in 45 Auto. It's a little snub-nosed revolver. I want it because I want a carry gun in 45 Auto. Because I have a metric fuck ton of 45 Auto, but I don't have a gun I can carry it in. Because I was showing off my high point earlier. That's too big for carry, okay? I need something smaller. And that Charter Arms Pitbull is a little snub-nosed 5-round revolver that can take 45 auto, and so I could actually carry that around for self-defense and stuff, and actually, like, use 45 auto for something.
What can I name more?
There's always, like, other guns I want, but it's just a money issue. Like I want an HK USP 45, but those are like $2,000. Oh, but just get a police trade-in for $800. Yeah, that's still fucking expensive. And the police trade-ins are usually fucked to sideways is the problem, because police... I worked as a gunsmith for a while. Police do not know how to handle their fucking guns, I swear to God. Anytime I hear them described as, like, the trained professionals, I cringe. But yeah, I can't think of any other, like, specific guns I would, that I'm, like, obsessing over right now. Mostly just gun parts to, like, complement what I already have. I'll pull up the next question.
Okay, next question is... Oh, are you gay?
Man, I wonder. I was gonna make an inappropriate joke, but I probably shouldn't. You've probably seen the stuff I post on. If you follow my Twitter at all, you probably see the stuff I post. Make your own judgment from that, okay?
I think he's bi. Or bi, as you pronounce it.
Yeah, guys, to prove I'm not gay, Yana and I are gonna have sex right now on stream. No.
E6.
We're gonna ERP on stream right now to prove I'm not gay. To prove I'm not gay, Lee's gonna come in here and he and I are gonna ERP and I won't come.
Intelligent, possible.
Alright, I'm pulling up the next question.
Okay, why do you like Vintage Store?
Honestly, it tickles my autism. That's the best way I can describe it. So, like, years back, I was reading, like, Bronze Age Lunatic European... Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Anyways, so years back, I was into, like, Bronze Age sword and sorcery fantasy novels. One of the ones that comes to my mind is Burning Tower. And so some stuff like that. And, like, I was just into, like, Bronze Age metallurgy and stuff. I find that stuff cool. Vintage Story is the exact type of game that plays with that the best way, you know? It lets me play with Bronze Age and Iron Age metallurgy stuff. And with mods, I can add in muzzleloader guns, which is my other autistic hyperfixation. So, really, it's just... It plays into two of my big autistic hyperfixations, and that's why I like it so much. Is the best way I can put it.
Sounds awesome, I'd say. I just play it because I like to play with friends.
I like playing it with you too, Yana.
And it's honestly a better Minecraft.
Yeah, no, it is just objective.
It's more grown-up Minecraft, so to say.
It's Minecraft for the people who have brain cells.
It's also Minecraft for people who want to be more brutal.
Oh, Curate redeemed a stretch. I was stretching a lot earlier. Sorry I wasted it then. Oh. Anyways, I will pull up the next question. Next question is up.
What gun is the orange cat of guns? I'm wondering who asked this question.
Orange cat of guns. So I'm trying to think of how this is to be like taken. So I'm guessing orange cat is like it's meant to be like the chaotic, dysfunctional, maybe
not
goofy.
Necessarily dysfunctional, but chaotic.
Honestly, I think is not a particular gun, but I would say Keltec is the orange cat of gun manufacturers. Like I showed off the Keltec PLR earlier. Their whole thing is they liked. Okay, so I should explain the background of Keltec. Keltec was originally a like plastic molding company and a like metal CNC machining place. And at some point, the owner of the place, he says, "Well, hey, we have all the stuff we need to make guns. Let's make some guns." And I think he developed the Tech 9, which is like infamous for like the Tech 9 is infamous as the like ghetto blaster, but it's still like his cool economic design. And nowadays, like that's still their principle is they try to find like the most economic way to make guns out of just like plastic, like molded plastic and milled like machine metal parts. Like I
mean, as long as it works.
Yeah, like as long as it mostly works. One of the examples that came out recently, well, two of them actually, because they made a 5.7 handgun, the one that has an integrated magazine. You don't remove it; you load it with stripper clips. And then they made a similar one, chambered in 380. And one of the things they pointed out was that they didn't need to machine a special like slide or anything. What they did was they bought rod stock, like stock metal rods from a company that already had texturing like cut into the outer like on the outside of it, and they just bored those out and to use as these slides and barrels, or the slides rather. And the barrels are still separate pieces, but still, you know what I mean. So they were able to skip their own manufacturing step by just buying stock from a different company, and that's like their whole thing. Now, they try to make
sounds very economic.
Yeah, they try to make their guns very economic. Their guns are always weird because they don't like having to buy licenses from other companies, so they always make their own design for stuff. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anyways, I will not much else to say there, so I will pull up the next question. There it is.
So how did your mistress and pet relationship start?
How did it start, Niana? Because I think when we were playing like Vintage
Story, I don't even know who this alludes to.
I don't remember where the jokes are, but I remember like when we were playing Vintage Story, you just started up with like smacking my ass repeatedly. Luna is just ellipses. Niana and I don't actually have that kind of relationship. If anyone needs to, Zian, clearly it's about Lee and Badger. Yeah, clearly Lee is the mistress.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Lee is gonna beat me to death if he watches this.
I don't think he will.
You don't think he'll watch it? Or you don't think he'll
be up by now?
Lee, wake the fuck up! Anyways, we got one last question. I'm surprised we got through them this quickly. Oh, trying to find the...
When is the feed stream?
Feed stream
this is a question that actually answered itself.
Feed stream is all the time, guys. Look, I got them dogs out right now. But also, I did put my feet up on the desk earlier, so, just wind back the VOD later. Come on.
But you bare feet. We have to admit.
Anyways, the last question wasn't a question. It was just someone input their like username instead of a question for some reason.
Yeah, but funny enough, this person said that she would actually ask a real question after that and didn't do it.
Yeah,
as it seems
they didn't input another question after that, which is weird. But yeah, no, I guess that wraps it up.
Awesome.
Take that down.
Maybe chat has more questions for you.
Oh yeah, no. If anyone else has some like questions, any other questions you'd like to ask before we sign off, we still got a few more minutes. Who put the username instead of question? Well, I mean, I don't want to shame them. Come on, I'm not. Public shaming isn't one of my kinks. Gosh.
I mean,
except with Nyana, I love to
the shaming king and the being shamed king.
I love publicly shaming Nyana, but that's because she's into it, you know.
How the fuck am I into it? When have you publicly shamed me? When someone is publicly shamed, then it's you.
I mean, there's the pet play. Luna, can we?
I did the pet play for you, and you didn't do it for you.
Yeah, you were trying to shame me, but it doesn't work like that, Nyana. Luna, can we boop the badger?
by yourself.
Bop the badge, says Zian. I would like to set up some interactions, but I'm not smart. It's been taking me some time to figure them out.
Yeah, and the interactions in Naruto, they are fucking. This looks complicated as hell. In a VTube studio, it's way easier.
Oh, sorry, I need a stretch.
Sounds like he really needed that.
Yeah, my back's really stiff. Oh. There we go. Luna, thank you for redeeming stretch, but I just did stretch, but I can't tell, like, my back feels stiff, but I can't tell if it's like the type that I can like stretch out right now. I can't tell. Zine, stiff back from holding such hefty guns for so long. Yeah. That's why Nyana also needs to stretch regularly. She's got a big pair of hefty guns all the time. You sound like you need another, says Luna. You know, fair enough.
Sadly not that big. But probably also good, but not that big, because I think I would get big problems if they were this big.
Don't worry, Nyana. I'd hold them for you.
Yeah, that would be actually funny if you would hold them all the time.
Have you ever watched Record of Ragnarok or read the manga?
I've heard about it.
One of the goddesses, I don't remember which one it is. I want to say it's like Aphrodite or something. She's got her like team of hype men who just run around and like act as a chair for her and stuff. And like at any given time, she's got two of them each holding up her breasts.
Oh, it's this kind of manga, okay? I mean, you like that kind, but I don't know.
Zian, how many firearms do you feel like is a good amount to want to own? I mean, when I've been collecting guns, I haven't been trying to hit a particular number. It's just I like this gun, so I want to get this gun, and that's basically it. There was a Luna breast. I got distracted. There was a question earlier about like any guns I want. I will say there are guns I don't want. I don't like striker fire guns. Okay, that high point I have is the only striker fire gun I will ever vouch for. And even then, get a better gun after you get your high point. Okay, like the high point's just like the standard like basic tool to get. Get a better one after you have it, and you're able to get one. I prefer hammer fired, and even with hammer fired, I prefer like there's some I don't like the 1911. Like a lot of people give me shit for disliking the 1911. I don't fucking care. I don't like the 1911 platform. Yeah. Anything? I don't have anything else I can think to talk about. Oh, my bones.
Me neither, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we talked out everything. Well,
how did you like the stream, audience?
Oh, Luna. Oh, TSO ended updating. Do you? So, like, I know I was the one sharing around the update to Elder Scrolls Online where they added the big buff, burly, attractive werewolf model, which the devs themselves described as fuckable. But I don't actually play Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I played Elder Scrolls Online back in the Age of Ancients when I played it with a couple of friends, but I don't talk to those friends very much anymore. We kind of, like, drifted apart and everything, and nowadays, like, Elder Scrolls Online has too much bloat, it feels. Like, there's too much going on now every time I try to get back into it, so I haven't been able to, like, get myself to try it again. I still have my character in there. But yeah. Kira, good stream. Thank you, Kira. Zine's stream was a nice change of pace and interesting to hear. Lou says, well, I'm glad you guys like the stream. Like, like, people were requesting this a lot, and I wanted to get it out of the way. Do it so that... Anyways, yeah.
Was the co-host necessary? I'm asking chat.
Was the what necessary? Sorry.
The co-host.
Oh. Yeah, no, of course you're necessary. You help me remember stuff. You help me with talking about stuff. It's good to have you here.
Also, I don't know. I don't think I was that
Yeah, no, it was a joy to have you here. Particularly because you weren't rage baiting me this time.
By the way, looks like Luna wants to play Azo with you.
Luna, I would love to be able to, like, play Elder Scrolls Online with you. I just can't get back into the game. I'm sorry. Like, it's just I can't really think of how to describe it, but it's just not, like... Yeah, it suffers the same bloat. Like, it's the same reason I can't get back into Fallout 76. It suffers too much MMO bloat. And I don't like opening the game and it just tells me, like, it just, like, keeps barraging me with a bunch of stuff that they've added. Like, let me find that naturally, okay? Don't be, like, barraging me with all these, like,
I have the
items.
same problem with Fallout 76. When Lee played it, I wanted to get back into it, and I like a few years ago, I played it every day religiously. But nowadays, I look at it, and it's not but us. I don't. It's hard to describe.
So, sorry to digress, but, like, every time you say something with Lee at the end of it, like, religiously, I think of, like, Lee in a different circumstance. Like, religiously is Lee in a nun outfit.
Yeah, yes, the fitting name for such a wordplay.
Zian, co-host adds different perspective and a second mind to remember things, pull back and track. Yeah. Also, like, there was like your shock earlier about me being given like multiple guns when I was a child. Like, that, if you weren't here, we wouldn't have that, you know?
Only being shocked is positive, okay?
No, you added more experience to this is the best way I can describe it.
Okay, sure.
Why are you acting upset now? What did I do?
No, not sad. I'm still a little bit occupied. I just wanted to hear the perspective of the actual people consuming the stream. I mean, I'm half consuming it because I'm also watching it.
Understandable. Well, okay.
And yeah, I again hope you enjoyed it. Maybe next time better camera.
You know, if I can get a better camera, both for desk cam and for motion tracking, maybe I'll do another, like, desk. If I can get a wider area to record on, maybe I'll show off my rifles. I'd like to do that, but, like, as it stands, my area right now is too narrow. I can't do it. But anyways, we will. Words. I don't really have much else to go over. I can't think of much else to say. And we are closing in on our usual time of cutting the stream because we gotta go bully Lee in his own stream. So I think we will... wait, Zian, camera facing floor with balaclava for badge, hide faced.
That would be cool.
Oh my gosh. I mean... Anyways, we are going to wrap it up here. Nyana, thank you for joining me for this stream.
Thank you for having me.
I'm still a little bit miffed that it got hot enough that I had to strip for you because I was sweating too much. I'm glad that you all showed up. I'm glad that you all asked questions and engaged me and stuff. Luna, have a good rest of you too. Thank you, Luna. I hope you rest well too, since you're having some stomach issues still.
Yeah, thank you, Luna.
Thank you, Kira. Thank you, Zine. Thank you, everyone who came by. I don't have much else to say, so I'm going to just say have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever you're having, and see ya.
Yeah.
My name is Daz. You should go subscribe to Badger on YouTube.